You got one fucking job, not to see.
Johnny May, baby.
Butt lift, not her butt slip. Light girl, sugar rush shit. Now she loves it. Ride the boom, boom, right train. Choo-choo, face down, Uncle Luke. Side yard, bring it through. Then she want the dick, different type of nigga. Nigga, think I'm not the thing, but don't reality slip is smooth.
Days boogie, everybody eat. She gon' bend it over, she just tryna tweak. Bring him to the crib, party no sleep. Make him call a cab, boy, South Beach, move. Find out what you do, bro. Tryna see them off the end, do they get cold? They telling us nobody's on the scene. Where I'm from, you see them and everybody's on the scene. Now they just screaming EI, like EI, look like T-Vibes, my army GI. Click no BPI, keep it GI. I tell her rewind, she saying rewind, or the replay, that's for a DI. I'm about to get it, whoa, do that there. How you do that there? Radio is if she finished, she said, pulling my hair. Her legs in the air. When the song starts, he said on it, it's like we playing musical chair. Whoa, she said I'm blocking in the self-esteem. Whoa, you got the belly grip, swimming like a jellyfish. When I'm really on some fatty. Whoa, she think I'm creeping, but take her to the jelly quick. Double spots. Whoa, she say hell is hot. Whoa, Dean put me strapped down, you can smell it hot. Whoa, she say dance in it. She say romance in it. She got me blowing in the air like the last in it. Word days boogie, everybody eat. She gon' bend it over, she just tryna tweak. Bring him to the crib, party no sleep. Make him call a cab, what he South Beach move. I need you to find out what you do. Tryna see them like the end, look who they get move. They telling us nobody's on the scene. You see them and everybody's on the scene.
I like this. Yeah. I just want a little downtime. But you push me away. Now you're going out around now. What you doing today? We can't walk to the park. That ain't not my league. And I won't play with your heart. Cause I'm feeling your beat. And I can't poke in the stroke. And you feeling the D. And I can't hit it and put it. But it's just not me. Yeah. I got what you want. You got what I need. So let's take it off, baby. You got so much thought, so much on your mind. So let's talk it out, baby. You're so scary now. I won't dog you out. Please just hear me out, baby. You see clearly now. I won't let you down. That's without a doubt, baby. I'm waiting for you under the sun. Yeah.
Not all the way.
You need to be. It should be you and only me. Yeah. I'm waiting for you under the sun. Where the day
What?
we got you up out of place to be. Yeah. I'm waiting for you under the sun. Yeah. I'm where you need to be. It should be you and only me. Yeah. I'm waiting for you under the sun. Where the day we got you up out of place to be. Yeah. Yeah.
They were sixth grade lovers.
Sex in the city, girl. Till I wanna sex you up, then talking on the side, then talking on the side. I'm looking for real love. I'm searching for real love. Someone to set my heart free, real love. Oh, I'm searching for real love. My body is telling me, yeah. Oh, oh. You are the one piece of stuff. I want to live on that. Got the sun in the eye. Let's get you missed the mouse. I know how pictures of here. I'm not trying to pressure you, just get something about you. Baby, you ain't even really care, like really gotta be my girlfriend. I just wanna know your name and maybe sometime. Oh, we can hook up, we can hang out and just chill. And I wish I never met her at all. Even though I love her so, she still got love for me, oh, but she still belongs to someone else. When we get love someone, just And I can make believe I have everything. I don't wanna be a lonely fool. All of the women, all the expensive cars, all of the money don't matter to you. And I can make believe I have everything, but I can't pretend that I don't see that without you, girl, my life is incomplete. Said without you, girl, oh, just meet me at the altar. Oh, young girl, we might as well do it. Feeling you all the world, girl, I must confess. Girl, let's just get married. I just wanna get married. Oh, 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 you. I just want you. Oh yeah, something about you. I just want you. I just want you to know that you are really special. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, girl, is it easy to break down? You love me if I was down and out. But you said you still have love for me, girl. Is it easy to love me now? Is it easy to love me if I was down and out? But you said you let me cry. But you let me work it. Girl, so give me change positions. And it feels like you don't know my name. And that's what it feels like. You don't know my name. Oh yeah. Say you made me. I'm so gone. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Oh, baby, good love and protection. Love won't make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with the wishing. And I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? I say she broken, she messing with no broken. I say she broken, she messing with no broken. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, slow down. I just wanna get to know you. But don't turn around. That pretty rough thing looks good to me. Slow down. So lovely. Don't turn around. You beauty.
I found a new word.
These are my confessions. Just when I'm about to say what I like to say, but shit goes inside. Oh, these are my confessions. Give your part to my confessions. If I'm going to tell it, then I gotta tell it all alone. Cry. I didn't know what to do.
Show's done December 1st,
just the R&B night hosted by my man DJ Darrell. So yeah, it is gonna be some ladies getting pregnant. So if you floating around.
The DJ like you put it on
said I'ma buy you a drink. I got money in the bank. She said she wanna
I think I'm taking a whole month of December for my birthday.
like a lollipop. She wanna like a lollipop. Stacks on deck, on ice. We could buy bottles all night. Baby, have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Baby, I can treat you so special, so nice. Got something just for you tonight. Baby, you can go wherever you like. You can go wherever you like. Cause I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you? I'm lost without
Shells, why you all give me one? Grab your outfit too.
myself. How does it feel to know that
Most people can't dress.
when I get you to the crib, upstairs to the bed, girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think, when I pull back the sheets, climb on top of me, oh, girl, you gon' think that, girl, you gon' think I blamed it on the booze, who's got you feeling loose, who's blamed it on the throne, blame it on the blame it on the blame it on the fire, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the boots, I got you feeling blame it on the I see you the best, you the best of let's say ever and no, I want some new wish, check my pills, she's so better. I'm trying to make it work, make me wanna say bye-bye, bye-bye, sometimes love, breaking knocks you down, just keep back up when it knocks you down.
CMPRADIO.net. DJ Darrell.
Be the one you believe in your heart is in love. Just be who leaves me go because it's your fun. Pressure put on quite hard. Really had me going. Now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. Now it's quite sure. Very entertaining. But it's over now. Go on and say goodbye. Oh, girl, you know I've been feeling, I've been a late night, been dreaming about your love. And girl, you know need no pills, just need your body to make birthday sex is the best of you, girl. Now you're in New York, concrete jungle and drink tomato. There's nothing we can't do. Now you're
.NET, this is the morning meeting. Shout out to the DJ, man, for rocking us out for a half an hour, man. He did that strong, man. Shout out to DJ Darrell, December 1st, man, the All Is Love R&B party. I'm just plugging it before you plug it, so that way they know. Definitely come out and party with us and have fun. But I'm going to go ahead and pay these bills because I see some animosity at the table, so shout out to our sponsors. If you don't know now, you know, go to StreamboxKings.com, mention CMPRadio.net, and get $25 off of Streambox. Again, cut that cable cord and get rid of that cable note. Hayes Lounge, 291 Hayes Street. Monday through Friday is happy hour, 5 to 7. Tuesdays is $2 Tuesdays. Wednesdays is CMP night. Go down there and get you a CMP loaded potato. Get you a CMP drink from KR. Sugar Shack, in the back.
Sugar Shack lost her father. I just seen it on Instagram today. She lost them yesterday.
Condolences.
Yes, and go, you know.
Absolutely. Go down there, let them know you think about it.
Show her some sympathy, guys.
Absolutely. Thursday, $2, so nice they had to do it twice. It's $2 Thursday. Again, Monday through Friday, happy hours, 5 to 7. Pressure Ink for all your branding needs. Logos, t-shirts, backdrops, banners, socks, hats, condoms coming soon. Pressure Ink, Al Layton. But I guess you're going to put Pressure Ink on that thing.
On the wrapper.
Huh?
On the wrapper.
On the condom.
Wait, who's going on? Pressure Ink.
Pressure Ink. Gucci, they got Gucci condoms.
You do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you getting expensive.
You getting expensive.
Parental advisory kind
Yeah.
Yes.
But not if I'm around, you know, I'm good. Boss. KC Electric, licensed professionals, electricians. Let Kyle Davis and his team of dedicated technicians get your sockets right morning, noon, and night. Hit up KC Electric. This girl is great. King's Beard Care for all your beardral issues, man. You got patchy, got a patchy beard, you got a dry beard. You just can't get your beard to grow. Hit up King's Beard Care, 1117 Pound Road, Just 10 Barbershop. Ask for my man Steve the Barber Fontaine. And last but not least, Abstract, Reality, Art Studio, Photography Gallery. Listen, man, get down there, check out Kidder Picasso Hunt, Damon I Do Tattoos, Parsons, man. Two kings giving you their abstract views of life. You can go down there and get yourself an art monster, or you can get yourself a tattoo. You can do what I did, get yourself a tattoo of an art monster.
That's the new commercial. You do know that's their commercial. We plug that yesterday.
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
It's lit.
It's lit. It's definitely a lituation. Shout out to 610 Automotive and Lou's Custom T-shirts, man. Look out for us this weekend, man. It's the Phone Check crew. We will be out in your neighborhood, running up on you. So listen, we don't need the extra animosity because my Wakandan security, one carries a blade, the other is licensed to carry. Call it 2-gun. So you really don't want no smoke. So when I say phone check, man, just hand your phone over, man, and let us download that app on your phone and like that Facebook page, man. We trying to be your personal radio station. Where else can you just pop up at Power 99? Tree Styles ain't never just popped up on Power 99 and sat down and talked. Never.
I have.
Never.
I did.
See, she always says she doing shit.
I have.
Tree
I was pulling my
Styles.
tickets down.
Were you on the air? Did they talk to you?
Just pop up.
Just pop up. CMPRadio.net, you already know.
Check.
Now I've got these
Announcements.
morning announcements.
Yes, phone check. Y'all gotta see that new T-shirt that's coming through. Pete and Luce got together yesterday. Major. So, the morning announcements are as follows. Don't forget tonight the jam session with Miss Johnny May Baby. Listen, tonight at MJ3 Theater, the entry fee is $5. She got light refreshments, adult beverages. All I'm saying is, y'all know grown folks party different.
You're partying with Johnny May, baby.
Yeah, so y'all know y'all don't want to miss it. So then we got the Thanksgiving Day dinner on November the 18th. If you would like to make a donation to that, contact myself, Tamu Garrett, Nadia, Sharon, it's a few other people, I don't know. It's listed on all social media sites. So if you want to make a donation, if you want to come out and help, donate your time, we're very much appreciative. The goal is to feed as many as we possibly can in all at once, instead of everybody having individual platter giveaways or plate giveaways. I don't know what they're calling it. Mine is Thankful Day to feed the less fortunate and the forgotten. So with everybody doing something, why not do it together? And then everybody gets to enjoy their day on their day. So then we have the Black Friday event with the City Grill. November the 23rd, Black Friday at the Market Street Ballroom. $10 entry fee, but guess what, y'all? They sold out. Yes, they are sold out. I'm telling you, open bar all night, like refreshments. All I'm saying is, it was a party y'all didn't want to miss, but if you didn't get your ticket, you missed it. So, now we give you a list of things that you could do throughout the city that's good grown folks fun. And y'all just keep missing it. And then they be like, I didn't know about it. Lies, lies, lies. So then we have
1124. Naj B. Ted Miller and Naj B present the Black Friday weekend extravaganza at Bridgewater. Miss Cat. I'm sorry, I didn't pull it up. See, she's wrong for that. We'll read it the right way. Let me find it. Because she's wrong. Right? Well, Ted Miller and Naj B presents the official Black Friday weekend Black Party event Saturday, November 24th, hosted by Miss Cat of the Bad Girls Club and Diamond Graves, Bridgewater, at 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Early arrival suggested, and there is no price on the flyer. So I don't know how much it's going to cost at the door.
I'm going to have something Smith for it, don't do it.
You can't do it.
Why?
Because we don't do that. Do I do it? Come on.
I know my fees. $5.
But if there ain't no price on it.
$5.
There ain't no price on it. Ain't no price. Come on, carry on.
So then December the 1st, we got the CMP Appreciation Day, as well as Sophisticated Melodies is hosting a singer circle at the MJ3 Theater from 7 until 9. You can slide right on across the street, keep that good old grown folks fun going on for the R&B night. Now, Jabri said everybody got to sign waivers upon entry because it's not being held responsible for no one's pregnancy. Lou said, now Lou DeMarco said he got Plan B's in the store, so come holler at him.
Yo, I seen a sketch the other day where the brother got up, made breakfast, did all that shit, came there with the plate, took the joint off the joint, it was a Plan B pill. He had cut it up with the fork, told him take that thing. He said, now stick your tongue out. Like, if I would have known what I know now.
When is what, Nessa?
Plan B's on there.
So 12/7 is First Friday with CMP's own Parental Advisory Twin 2. Go holler at her. She got tickets on sale right now for $10. There will be no tickets sold at the door, so if you missed the first one, don't be a fool and miss the second one. That's all I'm saying. We had a good old time. I'm sorry, we got a censor on the day. Then the 14th is the comedy show at City Hall. You can contact Mr. Lee, Emmett Cook, or Tom. All I'm saying is if you want to bust your gut with some laughter, here it is. CMP will be in the building. The tickets, I don't know the fees of the tickets. I believe they're $10. I got the information text to me without a price, but I believe they're $10. So you can contact any one of them, and then you can go to the office. If you know where the office is, then you know what I'm talking about. You can go to the office, and they got tickets down there for sale as well. So if you want to bust your gut, laughter time, a good old laughter time, here's the place to be December the 14th. Then on December the 22nd, we got an ugly sweater party. We got first place, second place, and third place prizes. So you got to get a ticket to find out what those prizes are. The price of the entry fee is $10 to come in and have good old-fashioned grown folks fun. So if somebody has something planned for New Year's Eve, they need to give me the information like now, because as of right now, everybody will be in church or at home. I will be. So that's the end of the morning announcements, and we are ready to say happy birthday to some people.
Listen.
Tickets are $15. Oh, thanks. Thanks for telling me, y'all.
So, there's some birthdays out there. I want to say, yesterday was my son's birthday, but his birthday is for the rest of the month.
For the rest of the month?
The rest of the month. He shares the birthday month with his sisters all year.
Okay.
So, you know, they go do their thing. So,
That's right.
this Saturday we hanging out, but I'm going to go ahead and let Zajay sing to everybody that has a birthday today.
So, we don't have a lot of birthdays, but we got some. It's a birthday. It's so much more. Happy birthday, sweetheart. We got Marcel and Jefferson. Happy birthday, Phil. Israel. Enjoy Omar Jordan. Deborah Ross and DeAndre Owens. I feel like I'm a rapper. It's Kishana Lang's birthday.
Happy birthday, cuz.
And Kenneth Powell's birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
So all I'm saying is, Can you remind me? And listen, so we gotta rewind.
Hold on. Come here. There you go.
I saw it. So, December the 8th, Chester's own hookah lounge, Chester's first hookah lounge, Chester's, first female boss owner hookah lounge. Hookah lounge will be opening on the Ave. If y'all know what the Ave is, it's over town. Yeah, we're gonna change the name of the street. It's called the Ave. That's because it's lit over there. It's lit. Oh, I thought he said no. So, on the Ave, you got She Lounge will be opening on December the 8th. Her grand opening, December the 8th, is at 9 p.m. We all know we in there. Yes, I know sad now. If you see me, I just got in trouble and stuff. So listen, at 8 p.m., the grand opening is at 8 p.m. She is now taking applications for memberships. The memberships is $20 a month to keep your membership, and I think that's a fair pricing. You get to go and you get hookah, cook good, clean, no choke, smoke hookah. I'm just saying, it's gonna be lit December the 8th. Come through. And she will be there on December the 1st. She's also hosting with Johnny May on December the 1st, and you can get membership there at the R&B night, at the Abstract Art Gallery. All I'm saying, listen, y'all, listen. It's a month full of fun. The next 30 days is lit. Like, that's it. They keep saying stop saying lit if you got aches and pains, but I'm gonna keep saying it's lit because I give me some ibuprofen. I got my dealer in the comments. So I'm just saying, they say stop saying it's lit if you got aches and pains. But it is lit.
Close.
I'm sorry. Should I just tell my mind and not my heart?
Wait, I went to the Ave yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bring no marijuana, so I had to go to the Ave. I had to go to the Ave to get everything.
I think Jabri said he's gonna give away some tickets today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Go ahead now. What you go to the Ave for? What we get?
I think Jabri said he's gonna give away some tickets today.
He get away 3 or 2?
He's giving away 2 tickets, right? What's the stipulations on the giveaway, Jabri? You gotta name where he DJ'd last night.
Oh, you gotta know Jabri.
You gotta know where
if
he
you don't know
DJ'd
where
at
he
last night.
DJ'd at last night, sad on you. Oh my gosh. So while y'all working on that, while y'all are working on that, we got some giveaways. You got the Grayson Taylor giveaway for the prom dress. They provided everything for one young lady from Chester Upland School District. Senior, must be graduating from the school district, can be a date of someone from the school district. So that means that Chester High STEM and CCSA students can enter this contest to have Grayson Taylor make you a custom-made prom dress, as well as they provide shoes, hair, makeup, everything. They give you everything but a date. And then just listen, y'all. Grayson Taylor's so dope. I texted her the other night and said, well, it's a lot of moms asking about if the guys can enter the contest, right? So she said, do you think we should open it up to make it guys and girls? And I said, no. I think we should work on that for next year. Right now, we got to focus on these females because I'm pretty sure that they cost the most, right? So I said, but listen, this is one particular mom who I think her son deserves to have something made. Like, he needs something special. Like, he's a special kid. He's a good kid. Like, he got straight A's. He a good student. He community service oriented. He works. He doing this thing. And she's doing it all by herself. I said, so I think this kid should be blessed with something. Like, I'm trying to, show that we do give back to the community without actually having to display it all over social media. So listen, she said, so what do you think? I said, well, I'm saying he needs a suit, it's a tie, maybe a belt or something like that. But I think that we should, get together and do his prom. And she said, well, ask his mom, where do he work? And she told me, boom. She said, ask his mom, where's his, and ask his mom, where does he, what school does he go to? I said STEM.
No
She
doubt.
said,
I mean, you can do that.
I said, she said, so ask his mom, and I'm going back and forth between the two, and then she said, guess what? We gonna do it. We gonna get his prom stuff together. Can his mom do X, Y, and Z? I said, yes, she can do all of that. She said, good. She said, tell her it's not a contest, but he gotta do some community service with us. And he's to report to CMPRADIO for 2 hours out the week. So he got to do 2 shows here at CMPRADIO, learn how to work the equipment and everything. The mom has agreed to sign a waiver saying it's okay for him to be here. So I'm just saying, y'all, listen, it's so many good things being given out here. You got the SAR giving away a prom. Like if you seen his prom giveaway last year, young girl didn't even know what she was putting on. He measured her and told her, boom, baby, I got it. And he made her prom amazing. And he too is giving away a prom to a young lady too in the Chester Upland School District. And it's rules to be followed. So you gotta go to Grayson Teller's page, like the page, go to Instagram, like that page, and then follow the rules. You gotta send in an email, you gotta write with an essay on it. I mean, I'm just saying, like, listen, it's free to you. You're not doing nothing but typing at the computer.
Is that Anya? They say Anya Atkinson?
Yes.
Alright, she won the other 2 tickets.
Oh, go ahead.
So you got 4 tickets, so you better show up.
Oh, come on, Anya, R&B night. You gotta come here and get your tickets.
Hit Jabri up to get your tickets.
Hit Jabri up.
You ain't coming here to get your tickets.
Yes, so all I'm saying is it's major things going on. Major things going on. I think that's one of the dopest giveaways ever with the prom, because my daughter's prom, I asked could I enter could I get in there? They like, no. I can't even enter my own child. But here I am, I'm pushing it for other people to enter. Like, really? But Grayson Teller, hit her up on Facebook. If you know somebody in Chester Upland that could possibly use this situation to benefit them. I mean, prom is expensive, y'all. And you know, if Chester don't look forward to nothing else other than homecoming, it's definitely going to be prom with Chester High students. It's the one time they actually get to dress up, look nice, and not have to worry about any type of chaos. So prom is big here in the city, and she's willing to come. Grayson Teller is a woman designer, just so we're clear. Desar Babarashad, he's willing to. They're willing to give you a day, a very inexpensive day for your daughters, just as long as you follow the rules. Her giveaways, it lasted from November the 1st until February the 1st. The winner will be announced. So just go to my page, go to Grayson Teller's page, go to Rashad's page. You'll see all the details. You'll see how you can enter this contest, and you may be the winner of a one-of-a-kind Grayson Teller or Desar dress. That's it.
That's nice.
So y'all got different tickets for this R&B night. Because this ain't, it's like, you can paint too, just body painting.
What body painting?
So any young ladies that would like to donate their body to body painting at
Good morning, Uncle Pete.
at Abstract Reality Art Studio on December 1st. I'll be there with my paintbrushes
What's your paintbrush?
and my body paint.
Lord.
Look, look, she said she sure will, see? Praise the Lord.
I'm going to buy 2 tickets and gift them away. You have to go like the She Lounge page at on Instagram and Facebook. So
hold on, you gotta do that when you here at the station.
On Monday?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't be on the live doing that stuff.
Oh, yes, to body paint.
There we go.
Yes, Lou.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Lou.
I'm gonna paint the Haitian flag on Christina. There we go. So I probably say. Anyway, CMPRadio.net. This is the morning meeting.
I got nothing.
Sad, John.
How you feeling? How you feeling? Hey, Tree Styles, how you doing? You feel with your hands? You sure you feel with your hands?
But anyway, I feel awesome.
You
I
feel
feel
awesome?
good, yeah, I really do.
Well, welcome back to the
Had a
area.
safe flight, yeah.
Yeah.
Here for a minute.
Mm.
Not too long.
Not too long,
Just
yeah.
wanted to breathe through.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You know, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told you I could pop up, so.
I mean, you family. You not family? Do you not feel like family?
This is my sister.
I'm talking about at the station.
Third.
Yeah,
Right? Just
yeah,
because your
third.
sister's allowed somewhere don't mean you're allowed somewhere.
Just because my sister is what?
Allowed somewhere doesn't mean you're allowed somewhere.
Where?
What you mean where? There are a lot of places that both of y'all not allowed together.
Well,
And some of y'all ain't allowed separate. And y'all act like ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Miss Too Much, go ahead.
But
Yes,
thanks
to
for
the body
having me.
paint session. Troyana said she's gonna throw one. There she is. Hey, sister. Hey, now. She gonna call you her sister and then call me hey.
Yes, the body paint. Shell's done too. That's what I'm talking about. So I got 2 canvases. So I gotta hit up K Hunt so we can get this body paint thing on.
Get him, sweetie. That's right. Talking about we ain't allowed. It's a lot of places we ain't allowed all at
So
the
we
same
going
time. but we
for the
still-
body paint is paint by numbers.
Paint by numbers.
So you got 4 up here, a 5 down there, a 6 down there. Yeah.
Sad.
And a
Sad.
10.
And then it's the cover. That's the cover.
That's the cover.
Four is red.
The 4 is red. Ooh.
Sad.
It's abstract. Abstract reality art studio. Body paint. What's up, Luke?
Well, now he might need a gallon.
I'm gonna need something. Good morning, Dad. Hey,
You gonna need a
Dad.
gallon? We not
Hey,
painting
Dad.
no, we ain't painting no
How you
butt.
doing, Pastor?
Ain't nobody painting no butt.
How
You need
you
a,
doing,
you
Pastor
need a
Williams?
roller for that.
Pastor Williams and Deacon Ronald on here. How y'all doing?
Pastor
How you
Williams and who?
doing? Deacon Ronald,
Deacon Ronald. Oh, good.
Uncle P, and
Family. We gonna get a roller.
Hey, Ash. Listen.
Everybody get your roller on.
Really? Oh, you acting totally different.
You about to leave.
They acting totally different. So listen.
Right.
Uncle P say yes. Like he agreed with them.
Yeah, no.
He better have
No,
to
he
say
saying
that
that
when
you
I-
were on here. You saying you know it's a delay.
Oh, shoot.
Right. So
Yo.
yesterday we
Really,
sat
Portia?
down at the Abstract Reality Art Studio
Yes.
and we had a conversation. This conversation was brought to you by On the Table, Greater Philadelphia. Let's Talk Philly. It was brought to you by the Philadelphia Foundation and the Knight Foundation. So
y'all
basically,
acting different.
basically that program allows you to sit down. It's basically a chat and chill. You know, you get some food, you sit down, you have a conversation. I saw it as an opportunity to really explain the benefits of having an internet radio station in the community and the things that it allows the community to do within it. On the panel was Nafati,
Alright, I'm out.
Chrissy Barnes. All right, DJ Burrell. Have fun.
You need my email?
Yes.
You want
Send it to me.
Hi, so you got your phone? Oh,
I'm out.
I'm gonna send it to you.
oh, on
Oh, okay, I got
Facebook?
you.
Okay.
Cuts everybody out of
Oh, I'm bad you leaving. I ain't got- Anyway, yo, come on, man. Can we talk? Anyway,
You
the foundation.
talking?
Oh, okay, my fault. Anyway, the foundation allows us to have a conversation, sit
Yeah,
down, and talk about the community. So we decided to do it on the radio station, about the radio station and the benefits in the community. So shout out to Nafati, Andrew Nelson, Christina Delva, Chrissy Barnes,
Chuck
Crystal
B,
Burrell, Chuck B, Marvin Payne,
yourself.
Amanda and Lemire from What's Your Point of View of Video Visions Pro. It was major, you know, to sit down and talk about how they feel their impact, what their impact is on the community via the radio station. So Nafati took down some notes and we're gonna talk about that and among some other things.
So at the round table last night, it was the benefits of communication in the community and you in the community. So it was questioned, how important do we think radio is to Chester City? So we've all come to the conclusion that it's very important because it's informational. That's number one. Number two, it asks, why are you here? What are you here for? So it asks everyone on the platform, what do they do at CMP Radio, and what do they look to give the city from CMP Radio being a platform of information for the city. So everyone had different answers for that. To me, it was a great thing. Drew quoted a great quote, and it was super crazy because I heard it, but it kind of sort of passed by me. And he said, organized people are more powerful than organized power. So he quoted it from someone else. And you always hear things. You're like, dang, I heard that before. So it took me like 10 minutes to write it down because I forgot.
You really ask yourself that?
That was one of the questions.
Oh.
See? Sad. So we made up a new word. We're all considered Chesterians.
Chesterians.
Yes. No, that's not a word in the dictionary, so don't go look it up, Lou. We are considered Chesterians. We are originally residents of Chester. So that is the definition that we're going to look forward to it as. We had positive vibes. We all had passion, responsibility, and we all held everybody accountable for what's going on in the community. So we all have a commitment. it was super crazy. Like if you got a chance to watch it, the way we broke down communication and how it's changed and how people walk in the room and don't speak or walk past you and put their head down so they don't have to speak. We discussed so many different avenues. We found out that you have to give your children a say-so in things that's going on with them because they are different. One of the key things that Andrew Nelson said last night was when people be like, dumb kids today. Look at them kids like how they perceive us. We're not like them. We're not the generations before us. We are our own generation, and the same goes for our kids. He said, so we have to learn to communicate with our kids on their level. They're always on mobile devices.
Your dad just checked, look.
Oh.
He said, someone who can't get body paid that ass going for a bill. Your dad said, yes.
Yes.
Hey, I'm just joking. It's all love. No, I'm just joking. It's all love. Chesterian. But listen, man, you need to put that on a shirt. Put that on some shirts, man. Get them out there, man. That's another thing, you know.
But I don't think that would be like a new word. That's actually how you would.
Well, it should be Chestermarian or
No,
something like that.
no, it's Chesterian.
I don't think that.
You can't say Chesterian. It's like Delawarean, Pennsylvanian. You feel me?
Yeah,
It
so-
changed.
I'm a Philadelphian.
Right.
Like,
Right, but have you ever really heard somebody say that word or use that word before? That's where it is. Like, do you have pride of where you come from? Are you happy to say it, or are you just saying it? Or are you just saying it because the Clippers won a championship or the state title? Like, are you really happy?
Like to say where I'm from.
Right. But
Yeah.
you know,
Like Philly or New York, I'd be like, no, Chester, like 10 minutes from Philly.
They asked that question. They posed that question on Facebook the other day. When you're not in Chester and people ask you where you from, where do you say? I said Chester. I don't even say Chester right outside of Philly. I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. It's only one of us. Period. If you ever took 95, you had to come past us. When people say I've never been to Chester, yes you have. Every time you take 95, you gotta come through us. So therefore, you can't get to Philadelphia without going through us.
Chestorians, Chesterians.
No, Chesterians with an
A. Chestorians. Chester.
So see you later, Uncle Peggy.
R-I-A-S.
Right, people from Chester, people born in Chester. I wasn't born in Chester, so I'm not a
So
Chester.
you're not.
That's cool, right?
Oh man.
I go back to where I was born.
By default,
You can stay here.
No, that's okay.
By default.
That's all right. I go back
Where
Where were you born?
Brooklyn.
Really?
Yeah,
For real? How long you been here?
I'm 38, been there 30, 36 years.
Oh, so you came when you were sick?
Yeah.
Oh, so you kind of sort of was born here, like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you
So
grew
you-
here, we
yeah.
I
get.
grew
almost
there,
a
right.
Chesterian.
I'm almost a Chesterian.
It sounds all over 95. That's what I'm saying. She just said good morning.
Good morning, Sheeta. Love you.
Oh, he a foreigner. Yes, I am.
But so here's the thing. Christina Delva, she works for City Hall. She said she chose. We were asked why did we stay in Chester or why are we in Chester? Like why do we feel the need to not leave? So Christina Delva has several programs. In one of her programs, her main goal is to keep the gems in the city, to keep our gems in their city, and to learn how to circulate the black dollar, and to educate people who can't afford higher education. So she goes back and she teaches them what she's already learned. So she said, I was educated here in Chester Upland School District, and then she went to college, and she went to Widener. She said, I chose to stay here because I found value in my city. And so, like, that was super dope. And Christy, she wants people to look at themselves as the original queens and kings of the world. She wants them to know that they are valuable to one another, and they need to be valuable to themselves as well. So I'm just pulling fragments of the meeting last night and my perception of it. So me quoting them is not their whole conversation. It was just some of the key things that I heard and listened to in that session that we had, and it was super dope. And Marvin Payne is a teacher, and he's an educator here in the city of Chester. And Marvin Payne was saying how kids walk past and they don't, even in kindergarten, they don't know how to speak with their head held high. And it's like they're discouraged from the beginning. And he says it starts at home, and I agree with him on that. Communication always starts at home, because the way you communicate with one another inside of your home will determine how you communicate outside of your
Well,
home.
you know, you gotta get up here, man. You got two masters. Come sit down with us. Come build with us. Let's figure it out. Go ahead.
Oh.
She got masters.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Christina said she wasn't born here either.
Right. She was.
So, the missing plug, Crystal Burrell, she was there as well, and her thing is she brings exposure to our city because we have great things. And she said she started like with the rap culture. And Crystal is so mildly spoken, like you.
What would she say? If people that went to high school with her, and it's true, people that go to high school with her be like, where'd she get that from? Because she said she was super quiet. She didn't have a whole lot to say.
She didn't talk.
People say the same thing about me too.
They said you don't talk.
Yeah, I ain't got a whole lot to say. Maybe.
I'm glad you're talking now, though.
I ain't really talking. I defer.
Oh man, sad boy. So she, her whole thing was she gives out information in the community. She brings people to the community to notice what we have here. So for a long time, no one knew who she was or what she was doing, and here she was exposing people in a good light. And she was like, it's so much more to Chester than what they see on the news, which is absolutely positively the truth. Then you have Chuck B, and Chuck was talking about how he was raised and how the difference in his time and now has affected our community. And he says he's proud to say he's from Chester. And when people ask him, well, how do you say that and this is going on there? He said, you can't blame the person or look at the person for what they did. You got to try to figure out why they did it. And he was like, it's a lot of anger here. So it really is a lot of anger here in the city of Chester. So our goal is to keep a bridge between us and the government that oversees us here, our local government, that oversees us here in the city of Chester, as well as bringing all types of positive things to the community.
Yeah.
So as long as we continue to do that, and
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
as long as we continue to do that, we can grow and we can live by the quote that Andrew used last night with.
Organized people
are more powerful than organized power. So they may have organized power, but they're not together on it. It's all individual people of power. So if we all come together, we will trump them. I had to explain why I was there. Yes, I had to explain why I was there, and I said because I'm the newsy one. Like I'm really gonna go ask the questions that everybody wants to know, and I'm gonna come back with the answers. And if they don't give me an answer,
I didn't know you were newsy.
Why not?
Because I didn't. Because I never saw the newsy part of you. I just saw somebody.
I know all your business.
I just saw somebody.
I knew all your business before we talked about this radio station.
That don't have nothing to do with none of that.
That is newsy.
If you knew all my business, you wouldn't be sitting next to me. No, see, you don't know all my business. CMPRADIO. Anyway, no, seriously, I didn't know that you were newsy. I knew that you were passionate. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe that's the way to put it.
I knew that you were passionate, and most of the people that are in the room and have shows are passionate about the topic that they talk about, are passionate about their city. They want to see great things. They want to see things move forward, and I think that's the benefit of each and every show that's here on the station.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Feel good talk with Chuck B. Like that's an awesome platform that they're using. You know, talking about overall health.
Mm-hmm.
Every show that's here, like if I run down every show, we'll be here all day. But every show that's here, every person that's in this room is passionate about something, and I think that show speaks to that individual person. So we will continue to grow, we will continue to build, and we want to be your media. We want to be your platform for you to come up here and talk about it, for you to promote it. Like I said it in the beginning, you know, positivity is contagious, just like negativity. You feel me? But we spread more negativity every day than we do positivity because we don't want to be that person. I was looking on Facebook when I was thinking about the station. I said somebody can have a very positive post giving you history and telling you, and 2 people are like it. Nobody is sharing. But a fight,
shared
1,000 times. All your homies said it's in your inbox, in your DM. It's like, why are you right? Why are you so absolutely no filter Fridays with Maserati Ram, but King Kane? But why are you so excited about sharing negativity when you can be uplifting somebody, when you can educate somebody? There's some things that you might not know, but you'll scroll past it because you don't know nothing about it. You don't feel like it applies to your life.
I was going to say that. No one feels as though it applies to them. A fight is funny. A fight is conversation because it's controversy. So people look at negative as a barrier breaker, instead of realizing that the positive will break more barriers any day. Because I keep saying what you said about us down at the block at Harris. They weren't concerned of us being in a disarray. They were expecting that. But however, us standing there calmly, they were scared.
That's
they were
fear.
scared. You can see it all in that man's face. Like at any given second,
Yeah,
somebody's gonna blow.
At any given second, they're gonna realize just how powerful they are. I mean, we talk about it. We compare that to that part in Malcolm X when he said that's too much power for one man to have. Like
Right.
they have splintered us up and broken us up into so many different sections and divisions that we can't stand together. That unless it benefits that group, we're not gonna move, even though it will benefit us as a group. And we're one group. You're still classified before you answer any other question about your sexual orientation, your religion, your hair color, your eye color, or any of that other stuff. You still check one box: African American. You know what I'm saying? And you would. So like you have to understand that, you know, at some point the positivity that you're giving, you have to want to share it. You have to want to share it just as bad as you want to share the fights, just as bad as you want to share the arguments, just as bad as you want to sit and watch Love and Hip Hop and then argue with your boyfriend. You feel me? Or just as bad as you want to get to that football game and you ain't got time to listen to your chick, you got to want to share positivity. So let's go, man.
Here's the thing, Drew, about why they share a video instead of election day. It's so many people out here saying why we shouldn't vote. It's so many people out here that's against it, that's constantly posting, and despite the fact that you try not to look at the negative things, it's still right there smacking in your face. So it's always going to be a thought in the back of your mind: is what they're saying is true? If what they're saying is this us today? Will things change? We talked about the Constitution. One of our topics is the Constitution and being known as 3/5 of a human,
Right.
and as to why they're allowed to kill us, because they find us 1/5. They find us 1/5 animal and 3/5 human.
Right.
So that means that they're not killing a human being. That 2/5. I'm sorry. They're not killing a human being. They're killing a part of a human being and a part of an animal.
Right.
So because they view us that way, people are arguing and fussing about the wrong things. And I don't believe that you should be fussing over the 13th Amendment. But,
I mean, I don't. I'm laughing at the debris. You ever stare at the building and wonder why it didn't blow up? Well, I hope it don't blow up while you in it. So don't ask for it to blow up. But when you sit and you break down the Constitution and you break down all the laws and all that other stuff, that 3/5 is all that matters to me.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at some point you have to understand that when Michael Vick did what he did, it was over dogs. It was over his property. And for so long we've been abused and treated as property and not taken care of, and not given nutrition, and not given education, and not given liberties, and not given freedom. And then it's like, well, here you go. You got a black president, they about to wake up. The fear of us waking up was enough for them to say, all right, it's time to rile them up and piss them off, and we got to send them in so many different directions, and it did. Because you had the one group of people that said, well, we kill each other, so why would they respect us? Well, it's like, at some point, somebody has to, we've never gotten respect from them. We've always killed each other. When we was in Africa, we was in different tribes, you were warring over land. That's just how it goes. Like, everybody don't get along, they kill each other. They fight wars. Were they not fighting? Were the Jews not being killed by the Germans? Sharon Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, man, like,
Somebody else said that about
come
Pierre.
on, man.
But here's the thing. When you have lack of communication and lack of positive conversation, negative influence becomes the
Thanks,
thing.
Judge.
And it becomes the thing because we don't tell our children that it's important to vote. My 17-year-old, I told her, oh my, you get to go and register to vote in a couple of months. She says, I'm not voting. I smacked her. Look, I popped the crap out of her. Pop. She like, what? She said, how is it benefiting me? I said, well, you know them student loans that you may have? People are fighting to have them taken away because they believe that education should be free. I said, you know, the fact that my grandmother stood in the line to be able to vote because she felt like it was important for us to have a say-so on what goes on in America.
Absolutely.
I said, so if you don't find it important to you, then I failed you. Okay, I was just playing. I don't need a history lesson. Well, I don't find you to be playing.
Right. And
So
I'm gonna
they-
give you this history lesson.
Yeah, so
you gonna get this work.
And I kept going with it to tell her how important it was, but like her peers don't know how important it is to vote. They're not at the polls saying I can't wait for them to open tomorrow to vote. And I don't think that election time should be the only time that we discuss our government. I think that should be a conversation and a topic at all times, because the new parties are starting to be formed. So the new people are starting to get in the gears to start running. And from my understanding, Donald Trump is going to run again.
Of course, absolutely.
He's going to run again according to the news.
It's not according to the news. There has never been a president, a sitting president, that is not going to run again unless his term is up, unless he served his 2 terms. Never in the history of any president has he said, all right, I'm just doing 4 years. You're not going to give up that power. Like, that's absolute power. Like, you get the... And he's always been power hungry. We know this. He's a billionaire, a millionaire, he's a businessman, whatever he does. But he's been running for president ever since Barack Obama got elected. He's been stirring up all that hate, all that negative energy and all that stuff. He's been doing that ever since the man was running. Mm-hmm. Where's his paperwork? Where's his birth certificate? Your birthers, you started this. Then they started the Tea Party revolution. Don't tread on me. So they was building up all this hate. What they did in Charlottesville was horrendous. Mm-hmm. To walk around with fire in their hands and running people over with cars, and that hatred right there showed you. You couldn't get any worse than that, other than them grabbing us and starting to hang us from trees again. Yeah. The hate was there, so we have to see that, and we have to come together.
You know, the most fearful part with Trump running again, is the fact that we believe that the Democrats have taken over the House, but I believe that half of them are there on behalf of him. He was calling them out by name and saying how he admired them. He encourages them to do the right thing. I don't believe that they're all there on our behalf. And this is just a personal person. I'm not attacking the party. I'm talking about the personal individual who changed their party in the 9th inning. Like, this is, and one of them is a lady. I can't remember her name, but he was calling her name like that was his sister. Yeah. So I feel like either way you look at it, we're gonna fail at that higher level of government. But it's in other news, we have to worry about our local government. We have to worry about the city council board. We have to worry about the mayoral election. We have to worry about the state representative's office and things like that. And here in the city of Chester, we need to be educated on voting. We need to know that those how to split your ballot and how to make a great team, be a great team. We need to know that we can hold them accountable for things that they say they're going to do and they didn't do. We need to be able to do all of those things. And if we don't do it, then guess what? Our children won't do it either, and neither will their children. They will just constantly walk day to day and thinking their check that they make from work is enough, and not knowing that the things that's missing in our city. People keep talking about why we don't have a YWCA, because nobody ever takes it to the city and stresses it. It'd be one person over there talking when it should be 50,000 people over there screaming. We need a Y here in the city.
The Y is a separate entity than the city. The Y is a nonprofit that's been connected through colleges and through helping communities for a long time. So understand, once the help left, once the people that they want to help left, there was no need to extend a hand into this community. We think about other things. When the Y was falling apart, nobody was thinking about saving it.
No, because we were young.
No, not. And so this is what I'm saying. We had those adults that weren't thinking about saving it. Again, to be blind of what's going on is one thing, but to just be plain ignorant and callous and not caring is a whole nother thing. So I can't blame you for not knowing, but I can blame you for knowing and not caring. Period.
See, but Brad, we're not trusting the system. We're trusting the person. We're trusting that the person is going to get up there. You're putting your trust in the person, not inside a systematic form of government.
But that's what it is, though.
No, I put my trust in the person.
Right, I put my trust in that person, and we sat here and we said, all right, we'll put my trust in you to go there and do this job.
Right.
If you're being blocked by the system, we already know it's a system in place to block people that go in there and try to create change.
That doesn't mean that person didn't put.
I'm not saying that person not fighting.
But him, like this is one of the reasons why our kids feel like they don't have to vote, because of comments like that. Like, this is one of the reasons why society looks at it as if their vote doesn't matter. But then it's always proven in the masses at the end.
All thoughts and personal opinions, they matter, mm-hmm. right? Because that's how you flow through your life. Everybody's not going to vote. Everybody's not going to believe that they should vote. But you see the power in voting, right? So you pick somebody and you say, all right, man, my ancestors died for this. I can't say that they didn't. I can't say that they weren't hung from trees just because they didn't want them to vote. So just for that simple fact, Fuck the system. All the systems don't work. You don't always get the right burger from McDonald's, but that don't stop you from going. You say no onions, they put onions on it. You take the burger back in and say, yo, I ain't want no onions on this joint. That don't never stop you from continuing to go to McDonald's.
But that's the honest person. The honest person is the person who becomes transparent. So when they tell me no, the first time, I still go back. They can beat me like a dead horse, and I'm still going to continue to come back and fight for you. That's the honest person. No matter how many times the person who you want in that seat, whatever they stand for, whatever they tell you they're going to do, no matter how many times they shut that door in their face, they still come back and they knock.
Who are the only people that say that voting doesn't matter? The disenfranchised. Why? Because you don't, again, organized people are more powerful than organized power. So we say it doesn't matter because we're not standing together. So guess what? You have 55 sections of black people standing in the room. Everybody's not going to be pleased. Everybody's not going to be happy. So if you're not going to stand together and come together and say, yo, we definitely want this. This is what we want as a whole. Now somebody can give you what you want. But if it's 55 of us, that person is not going to address all 55 different sections, all 55 different districts. And it's like, man, whatever fits into my thing. So everybody that has money that's black, I'm gonna move for you. Here goes some business loans, here go this. And everybody that doesn't have anything is over there on the other side. We have to come together. So as long as we're broken up and as long as we're in separate groups, it'll never work. It will never work. So we got to come together.
Well, I think we can be in separate groups, but because we have a separate fight. But I think that as long as we're fighting all together, it works. So if somebody is fighting for the school district, you got 50,000 over here for the school district, then you got 100,000 over here for the streets and parks and recreation. Like I think this is how a multi-million-dollar company runs itself and runs efficiently, because they have people that are delegated for certain areas and not just everybody can't just come in and I'm the boss and what I do is what I do. No, you got to come in. Everybody has to be a worker bee. Everybody has to work their poll. That's how the polling stations are set up. So everybody has to work that specific point. It can't be everybody on the same thing. If one person is working on positivity, and then one person is working on passion, and then one person is working on responsibility, and one person is working on accountability, but overall we're a community, it's 4 sections to that. It's like when you slice the pie, it's one whole pie, but everybody has a section in the pie, so therefore it makes it a whole. We all come together, and now we've built a city. Like that's how I see it. I don't like when they say one person can't come up and speak about something, and then another person comes up and speak about something else. Well, if that one person if we're only focused on that one thing, and we got 50,000 other things that need to be done, then we're short some men. So everybody has to work on their part. My part will be communication. So you will get up there and you will speak on communication, and I'm standing right behind you, along with a long line of people who are right behind you. Somebody else's part is community service. So, and we're trying to get community involvement. So now that person is up there talking, and all them people that like community service and community involvement is right there. And then it builds a great team. Functionalism,
period. Right?
Oh, well, go ahead, baby mama.
There it is. When you
see Maserati around, you can't think like that.
But the system is, again, you go back to the beginning of the kind of 3/5. So they don't have to listen to us. They don't have to move for us. They don't have to give us anything. And we'll keep going to jail. We'll keep suffering. We'll keep going without. We'll keep asking for help. We'll keep saying that they're the great white hope. We're the only people, right? White people can be atheists. Show me a black person that's an atheist and doesn't believe in God.
My brother
Doesn't have a moment where he's asking or thanking God for either his blessings or hoping that a blessing comes down. We are the most prayerful people in the world because we're always asking for help. We're always hoping and praying that we can get something done and waiting for that. And I say you can stop waiting for it. The one thing that we have is numbers. The one thing that we have is strength. The one thing that we have is heart. I don't see it anywhere else, but they've allowed us to listen to this system that tells us that we're ignorant, we're uneducated, we're untrainable, we're unlovable, we're unappreciative. They give us all these uns when we're full of possibilities. So that's where I'm at. So that's what the conversation was about yesterday. And I'm glad that we got a chance to sit down and talk about it and get it out there. So when I say this radio station is truly for the community, when I say this room, the other room, and any other room or any other building that we are able to acquire in this journey will be used for the sole purpose of cultivating mature positivity.
Absolutely.
Constantly making progress and bringing unity to the community. Again, without unity and communication, there is no community. Period. That's the community to me.
Right.
So we need to talk and we need to come together. We all want the same things and understand getting the why back up and running will answer and fix so many other things.
The Y left because the people who are actually in charge of running the Y wasn't handling the paperwork properly. They wasn't asking for the required funds that was required to run the Y. That's why the Y left. It didn't leave because the people who they were taking care of or making sure they furthered their education and things like that. It didn't leave because they left, because the Y was still open when I was a child. It was still open up until like 10, I'm gonna give it 10, 12 years ago. The Y was still open and operable.
Fully functional.
It was fully functional.
How many Ys were in the city?
It was 3,
Right.
4. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
It was
3
three.
originally.
The League Center was a Y.
The League Center was a Y.
Back at Erie Park was a Y.
Yeah.
Right?
And
And
the
then the
107th
107th Street. And all three were functioning and operable while we were children.
Yes.
Right, so that
No,
means that,
no.
yes,
All
yes.
3 of them, no.
Which one was it?
The one in Harris Park wasn't open and operable.
I was in there.
It was, everybody was in there. It was just some people went in there and started making it whatever it was.
Right there by the high.
That was open when we were young.
Yeah.
It wasn't open when I was there.
Yeah, it was on its way.
All I remember is going there and
I
seeing
remember
a
going
body.
in there.
A what?
A body.
It was open. I remember going swimming there. And you were
You see
In
that?
the back of the high?
Yes.
I went swimming on 7th Street.
No, I've been to the one.
We were probably 5 and 6 years old, but
Oh,
it
see,
was,
I
we were never
wasn't
done
here.
that far. Yeah,
I
you was
was-
in media.
Oh,
South
shut up.
Media.
Shut
The
up.
South
I
Media.
was
Anyway, thank y'all for having me. I'm getting ready to go.
You leaving?
Yes, I am.
Oh, all right, Jen. Nice to see you.
I'm not here for a long time, so
Good.
I gotta get things.
Adios. You trying to get
See
paid?
you for lunch
Did
with
you
Daddy.
did you taking cookies out there?
I am. I took 3.
Oh, all right.
Took 4.
Okay.
If I had a sandwich bag, I would have took 10.
They good.
Don't just
But-
take that. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
But the whole thing is the Y I don't remember Harris Park Y being open.
Yeah.
I remember it when it was like falling apart. So I don't remember going there. I remember when they tried to turn it into a skating rink.
Right.
I remember that. So I don't remember it as a Y. I remember the one on 7th Street, and I remember the League Center being open, but it was more so geared for tutoring, after school affairs, things like that. I don't remember it being, I don't remember going there. I never went there and went swimming. I never went there and did any of those things. But I went there for after school programs.
Right.
And that is another thing that we're lacking in the community. We played ball back in the back of the house.
Right. And this is what I'm saying, right? If the Y was to come back, there are so many programs that could be instituted inside of the Y. After school programs, you feel me? You now have a place to hold thankful days and to feed people. A kitchen could be put in there. So when I sat back, me and Christina, we sat down and I was trying to raise funds to get a community enrichment center. A community enrichment center can encompass all of that stuff. You know, you go out to Chichester, you go out to Radnor, you go out to these places. They have field houses for basketball. They have a whole. Now Biddy gets to play somewhere outside of Showwater, right? And they have a place to play and hold games, and it's a track in there, there's things in there. So the beneficial things don't come here, but in the masses, the negative things come here. The drugs come in here, the guns come in here. You
The
feel me?
beneficial
The
things
thieves come in here.
The beneficial things don't come here because people don't put in the proper paperwork to get the beneficial things here. See, that be the issue. People be acting like they doing work and they don't really be doing no work. Like they'll say, well, I submitted a form. Well, what happened to the whole informational packet that you were supposed to submit to say why we really need these things? And what happened to your backing? Like where is your community at behind you that says, that's standing back there like, yes, baby, we need this. You go out there to Rocky Run YMCA and they have industrialized basketball courts, a whole indoor track system, and a swimming pool that is like an Olympic-sized pool. Like, and that's because their community got behind them and backed them. See, people don't care about things. They want to go to to that area
So let's
and
get
go
to that.
swimming.
Let's get to that point where we care about things. Let's sit there and say, all right, let's stop saying all the negative things. People don't, people won't, people
Yeah,
can't.
but we are at the
and let's
point
do
now
it.
where we care. We're
Right.
at the point now where we care.
Right.
We didn't care when that was RY.
So-
We didn't care that when it was open for us. We didn't care about those things. That's why people wrote on the walls.
So-
That's why people, hold on, that's why people kicked the steps and broke the
Right.
bricks and things like that, because we didn't care then. But now we care because now we have children that we have to look up for.
I
Up
never
to.
break no windows.
I didn't say no window.
You said we. You said they kicked the steps and broke stuff.
I didn't say nothing
I
about a
wasn't
window.
a
though.
destructive child.
I never said nothing about a window.
Y'all was bad.
Mhm.
Y'all was
I
bad.
never
Oh,
said
you
nothing about a
said
window.
windows?
Yep, I never said
Maybe,
nothing about a window.
maybe personal windows I broke, but I ain't never break nobody's business window.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not
Yeah,
enough.
sure.
It's not enough of us in the community that says we care. We care enough to say that we actually want this wide open. Now you can go to now that we are all of adult age. I'm sorry. I don't care if you turned 21, 27 years ago. You still weren't of an adult age. And now that we are of an adult age, and now we're at that caring phase. Now it's time for us to step up and step out on faith and say, listen, we need these things for our children. Let me tell you something. The worst feeling in the world I ever had was taking my kids to Linville Orchard to go swimming. And when we went to get in the pool, and this is my camp kids, so it was 50 of them, and then it was our staff. When they went to get in the water, everybody in that pool got out. And then one man demanded that the pool be clean. Excuse me? You want the pool clean for what? And I'm looking at them like, if it wasn't for us, this little facility wouldn't be open.
Right.
Because we are the ones who actually pay to come here, and y'all are the ones that get the privilege of swimming for free. So therefore, like, what? And he really was like, we're not getting back in that pool. They got out of the pool and let them 50 kids swim by themselves, but it was one ignorant man in the background saying, and before we get back in there, I want my pool clean. Period. And the first time we went, one little girl stayed in the pool with us, and none of her friends would play with her after that. That was not fair to our kids, and they actually let you come because it's a community service ordeal for them. And if we had, this is Linville Orchard.
Right.
And if we had a big enough pool here in the city of Chester that can accommodate we had to pick a day to go swimming. And every day down the pool before we got an agreement.
So wasn't that racism?
Racism at an all-time high.
So at what point did we think racism was gone?
I never thought racism was going. I didn't experience it as a younger child because I didn't know what it was, because
Right.
I felt like I lived with these people all along.
Right.
So when I came here, the most racist people to me was my people.
Right.
Period.
True.
So they were the ones who, you think you're a white girl, you talk like a white girl, you
Right.
do this like a white girl. I'm thinking, damn, but I'm black.
Right.
So why are you so hard on me because of my upbringing? I don't understand. But at the end of the day, they threw me in the den with the lions, and I came out.
So the Kroc family, who owns McDonald's, they usually do stuff with Salvation Army. You
Mhm.
see in a lot of areas where they had a Kroc centers and things like that. As a community, I'm sure if we put a petition together and we talked to them and we showed them the things that we're trying to do in the city, you know, I'm sure we can get funding and possibly get a state-of-the-art Y or a state-of-the-art Salvation Army Kroc Center that can benefit the community. Again, I think more than anything, they want to see a community involvement, a community appreciation for the things that can come to the city. And like you were just saying, for years, we tore those things apart. We tore
Right.
them places down. We sat them, we graffitied them, we wrote on the walls, we pissed in the hallways, we did the dumb stuff that said, all right, well, if you ain't going to appreciate it, you can't give them anything. They're not going to take care of
When I
anything.
just said that about the parks, you said we don't need them.
What you mean? No, the park is
lady
something.
said
The
they
park is
need-
the park is something totally different.
It's really not.
It's-
So
it's-
can we go in there and build our own pool?
It's land.
It's not their land though. It's Chester's land.
It's land that you're asking for someone
No,
to
it's
come in
land that
and
they're redeveloping.
to come in and redevelop it, and it's not beneficial. It's not for us. It's really not.
Well, are they telling us we can't go to the park?
No, they're not. But they will eventually do exactly what you just dealt with and say, all right, this is how it's going. I'm talking about someone that the Kroc family has a history. Salvation Army has been running for how long? You know what I'm saying? They have a history of doing this. This is not a group of 4 individualized people that just came together and said, let me show you.
That wasn't a group of 4 individuals.
5, 10, right.
That was their job. This was their position in the company that they're brewing.
Right.
So that was their job. Those 4 women stood before us. Each of them came from a different company. It wasn't one company.
So why
But
is that?
they just had an investment group.
Do you see the purpose in that,
The purpose in what?
in that park.
I see that park doesn't need to be revitalized. I don't think it needs to be what it is. I think Memorial Park needs to be what they're trying to put there. However, I do understand, and that was another topic that we had last night, the division of our city. How people are so territorial over things that doesn't belong to them. And because the guys on the east side feel as though they can't come to the west side to enjoy the things that the west side have, and vice versa. So the west side people don't enjoy the Boys and Girls Club. The east side people don't enjoy the pull down Memorial Park because our city is divided. So what they're doing is, and they said exactly what you just said. We have to show that we value what we have in order for them to find value in us, so to speak. They didn't use those exact words, but she definitely said we have to show that we show value in us. And period. And it is crazy because no matter how you look at it, what it is that's going on, it always resorts back to us. It always starts with us. It always starts with us caring first about one another. It starts with us finding value in each other and showing value from ourselves, that we have value in ourselves. It always starts with us. However, they're always the ones who have to point out the fact that we don't value ourselves.
A building is so much not land that can be shared with others. Chester Park, for example, it needed a basketball court for how long? For years. People were tearing their ankles up and tearing their knees up down there playing ball. But when they decided to do construction down there to build something, what did they put down? A skating rink. Chester Park.
Oh, Chester Park, yeah.
They put a skating rink down there, a hockey rink. You feel me? Who's participating in that?
The basketball court got done over?
Only after, and then it got moved up to the top of the hill. So who's gonna play ball and walk all the way down and back up that hill? Understand they made it like you don't want to really participate.
It's a path. Oh, bro.
I know it's a path, but who has a car? How many people walk to play ball? Now, we not see you say, oh, they gave you a path back there, but at the same time, like, who's really driving to play ball? Like, kids are walking to play ball, and who's gonna, after you play ball? That's why it was right there. If that's the case, they should have put the motherfucking skating rink back there, but they didn't.
So
they didn't want to put that back there.
The hill was a little bit smaller in Memorial Park, right? The hill was a little bit smaller in Memorial Park.
It's right there. You can pull up right there in the middle. It's not a long walk.
The reason why they put that skating ring there is because they didn't want us to come out asking to their skating rink.
We don't skate.
We do skate.
Who uses it? Have you ever used it?
Listen,
have you ever used it?
Yes, me and my kids. Come on, you asking the wrong people.
Nah, you ain't used that.
I did so.
When? How often do you use it?
I don't use it often because I don't skate often. However, my daughters do go there. They will tell you they go there. It's always kids on that rink skating when you ride past there. Ride through there this evening after school get out. You will see kids out there skating. They put that skating ring there because they didn't want us to come to their areas and go skating. Period.
Well, then you need to get a DJ and start throwing skate parties down there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they will come too.
Right. They will come.
They will come.
I mean, but you have to.
You say anything with music, they come.
You have to start using the things that they give you. It took 20 years to fix that basketball court and put that basketball. Yes, in Chester Park. We lived over there. We played. The short walk was cool, but then you got to go down the hill and then back up the hill after you done played 5-10 games. You tired. I'm not doing all that.
I wouldn't even argue over that. I'm arguing over the fact that it's only one basketball court. Period. It's one.
Well,
court.
And
it's not even a double court.
And that's another thing. But they didn't want us there anyway, right? That park was beginning. That's Brookhaven's Park. Homie, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm saying they fixing up Sun Village's park, that's gonna be Eddystone's park. That's gonna be Ridley's park. That's gonna be Widener's park. The way it looks, it's not for us. So when I say the Croc Center is a building, it will come in and take over the old Y and gut it out or fix it and rehab it or tear it down and build a new one. Why? And that's a building. Now that's in the city. It's in the middle of the city. It can't be given to nobody else. No redistricting can take it away from us. And now we have a place to go swimming. Now we have a place for swimming lessons.
It's a multi-purpose ring.
She's gonna, she's
It is a multi-purpose ring. You just went from a skating ring. Now he's saying it's a hockey.
That's hockey, skating, same thing.
One is ice
skating. I don't skate.
One is ice skating.
No, they play hockey on rollerblades.
I never seen it.
Shout out to John Ross and all them that hung on 21st Street. You feel me? They play hockey. I tried it a couple times, but I ain't skate.
You know what's so crazy? This is the most crazy part. We always want what they have in their community, and the moment we put it there, they say it's not used. People like you say it's not for us.
People like you.
Yeah, you just said that wasn't for us. That park wasn't for us.
It hasn't been.
Why? We
Because
wanted
the
what
thing-
they had. We wanted the skating rink.
Who wanted the
We
skating
wanted
rink?
Wait, what?
You wanted to skate a building. You didn't want it outside, so when it snowed, you
I
can't
take
use
it
it
outside.
unless you play hockey. That was a hockey rink. The way that's set up is a hockey rink.
I believe that it may be a free situation. I don't know. The goal with the parks is to redo six. It was 6 parks, right? Six parks in the city,
Right.
and to add on to Memorial Park. So it was 5 parks redoing, and 1 is to add on to Memorial Park to revitalize Memorial Park. But here's the thing: the moment that they give us exactly what they have in their community, we find fault in it. It's like if we didn't come up with the ideal, these parks been empty for all this time, these parks been sitting here doing absolutely nothing, and now someone else came up with the ideal, and everybody wants to say, we can do it ourselves. But guess what? They've been sitting here like this for my whole 41 years.
What? Been sitting where?
The parks have been exactly how they are. They've added small things. They've taken away things. At one point in time, it wasn't any swings down Memorial Park. They took them out.
Right.
Then they put a whole new playground system in Memorial Park
Right.
because we had the seesaw and all of that stuff down there.
Right.
They do small things. They give us small fractions of what their
Why?
communities look like because they want to see if we appreciate it and value it. Listen, at the end of the day, we can say we can go in here and do this
So I
thing
wanna see
ourselves.
if you
We
appreciate
still
and
need
value
we
basic
still
civil
need
liberties.
permits. We still need permits.
To what?
We still need zoning to go in here and revitalize our park. Let me tell you something. Somebody called themselves building a garden on Sproul Street. And I'm thinking, what? It looks like trash. It really do. They put all these colorful tires out there, these colorful slacks out there, these wooden slacks, and you got the top of the street looking like trash. Period. But guess what? Them white folks would have came here and put that garden there, it would be a garden. And that's real. That's real. It wouldn't look like that. But every time one of them come up with an idea, we all get defensive and say, we don't need them to do anything for us that we can do for ourselves. But we never once took the initiative
You know
to do
why?
it until now.
You know why? Because if a black person comes up with the idea and puts it out together, we don't come out and help. But if a white person decides to come here and build a garden, everybody want to have overalls on and get a hoe and get out there and start shoveling and moving shit. That person probably did that by themselves. That's why it looks like that. And it became to be too. It was unmanageable for one person to do. But because no one else sees a photo op, or no one else sees great white people out there helping, and no one wants to run up and say, oh my God, they love us, look, they're helping us. You let that person do it by yourself. You feel like it looks
It
bad.
wasn't one person out there. It was a group of people out there.
It was a group of people. If
And
you
kids
feel-
as well.
Right, if you feel like it looks,
That was a community
if you feel like it
development
looks
program.
bad, you go into City Hall and you say, how do I get involved? You go over there and ask them, how do I help you fix this up? Because it doesn't really look that good.
Guess what? The Holy City went and was like, yo, they gotta come clean this up.
Right.
It's a sore eye in our community.
Right.
Here, right now.
Right. Did they clean
And
it
they
up?
came and they started, and if you ride down there right now, all the paint has come off of some of the stuff that they had out there, and it looks like trash. But it's not, I don't know if that's the property of the old, our studio, or if it's the property of the WCA. I don't know which one it is, but here's my thing. We say we're gonna do something, I'm sorry, bro. Half of us halfway doing it. They say they're gonna come in here and do it, we get defensive on them all the time. We don't need them. We don't want them. We can do this ourselves. Guess what? We'll start. Someone will get mad at the other person because they feel like they're the dictator. Then they'll get mad at this person because they feel like I don't work for you. I'm here doing the same exact thing, and it'll fall apart. But guess what? When them people come in here, they do their job, and they go home. Because they get paid to come in here, do a job, and go home. They give us fractions of what they have in their community, and we don't appreciate it. So guess what we do? Our kids go down there and spray paint on it, color it, do all kinds of things, tear it up, set it on fire. They set Chester Park on fire just 2 years ago. We ain't go up there and fix their bench. Not one. And it was blazing up that joint. So they put different types of benches up there. It wasn't our city that put different types of benches up there. Somebody else came in and said Chester Park can be utilized for a bigger concert than what they do on the 4th of July. So we got to put better seating out here. But when they set it on fire, I don't even know if they chastised their kids that was up there playing. I'm sorry. Hey, Chef Lamont. And that's crazy. Every time we all get together, we'll get together for a period of time, and I've noticed this. I'll still be the only one that's working with this one group of people, and they've discouraged me a million times. Now we got the last Sunday supper. I've been contacting the Salvation Army for so long, asking them could we come back, And they told me no. My sister was allowed to do it because she was here. I said, well, what about the days I didn't do it with her? And I did it by myself. And they said, well, we can't. Because they have a cooking program going on over here now. Ain't fed a homeless person yet. They get in there on Tuesdays, they feed them Wawa sandwiches and juice and all of that stuff. I can't pick up the Salvation Army, not the one in our community.
Well,
I can't do it.
Well, the one in your community is not a Crocs center, right? It's just a Salvation Army. See, the Crocs, they invest money into Salvation Army, so they get to say what they want and what they allow to happen. If it is ran this way, it can be ran that way. So, like I said, I don't mind people coming in and helping the community, but give things that are beneficial to the community, not so much, not what you think they need. Give them what they truly need. Don't give them what you think might improve their morale. Give them what you know works.
So what do we think?
Invest that $5 to $10 million into the school district. Invest that $5 to $10 million that you're going to use to fix up parks and give water and pools and all that other stuff into the education system. You feel me? Improve the morale that way. If we're not going to improve the morale the way we truly need, then they'll always just be placating us. They'll always just be giving whatever they feel as though they want to give us to take some of that guilt off. And I'm not just accepting anything.
Do you think that's to take guilt off, or is that to keep us out of their community? If I give you,
it's the same thing.
If my house has TVs on the wall and plush white carpet, and I have the ability to keep you out of my house, so I offer you something that's similar to what I have at home, you think that's me giving you something out of guilt?
Absolutely.
No, I'm keeping you out of my house.
I was never coming to your house.
You was coming to my house.
I really wasn't.
But listen, we go take walks at Brindley State Park. We go take walks up
It's a state
in
park.
Philly.
Everybody's allowed to be there.
Okay, everybody's allowed to be there, but still they don't. It's not like they want us there.
Right.
So what I will do, I will make this park.
You think I ever really cared about
inviting.
whether they want me there or not? You think that bothers me? Because I know they don't want us anywhere. They don't want us at McDonald's. They don't want us at Burger King. They don't want us down the street.
So they try to give us some of those things here. We had a Wawa. We had a Wawa here in our city. They moved it 1 whole mile down the street because they felt as though we stole from this Wawa and didn't pay enough. So Wawa took their franchise and moved it 1 whole mile down the street. 1 mile this way and 1 mile to the left and 1 mile to the right.
Right.
One in Woodland at the top and one in Brookhaven.
It was always there.
What was always there?
All the Wawas was always there.
Where?
Right there in Woodland.
The
That Wawa
state
had-
of the art one?
No, the state of the art one in Brookhaven was down the street right next
The
door to
little one.
Rita's.
And they shut us down.
Right.
They shut us down and pushed all of their business there because they said that we didn't deserve them. Because all we did was steal from them. I mean, they still good at the one that wouldn't let, but still.
Right.
But-
They still at every Wawa.
But
Like what do you mean? Like I'm trying to figure out. No, what they say the master plan is to take everything out of your community so you can continue to be a depressed community. Then when I come in and give you crumbs, you're appreciative. Then when I come in and tell you what you should listen, the best way to have somebody follow you around is to take a big meal from them and give them crumbs. Now you need me. Now you can do nothing without me. And when somebody comes in and tries to give you a different way of feeding and say, oh, they just giving you crumbs. Listen, there's another way. And we take all the crumbs that they giving us, and they take all the crumbs that we giving us and we put it together. When they come and give us crumbs, we ain't looking at them all and they can't get us to move because we're taking our crumbs and making a big ass crumb cake with the motherfucker. And when he come in the room, he like, here, you want these crumbs? Yeah, you just put them over there. Yeah, you can just put them right there.
Yeah,
I need you to jump for these crumbs. Nah, no, we got a whole cake. We all right.
But see, here's the thing, right? Before now, who was building it? Who was doing it?
Doing what?
Before you started this, let's be clear on what our agenda was in the
right,
city.
right.
So before this platform came about and before we started holding people accountable, it was all these individuals saying they was doing whatever it was that they was doing, and probably only 10% of them individuals was actually doing that. It's only a handful of people in the city you can say I see them at every community event. It's only a handful of them. Out of 36,000 people, you only see a handful of people at a community event, community development project.
What's the best way to get something done?
Do it yourself.
No.
That's the best way to get something done.
Start.
Oh.
So this is a start, right? This is the beginning. I can't hold anybody accountable for anything beyond 9-17 for me. Because you couldn't hold me accountable for anything beyond 9-17. it wasn't that I didn't care. I didn't think anyone else did. And until someone sat me down and said, listen, if you care enough, then do enough. If you want enough, then get enough. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit still and be like, don't nobody else care, why should I care? If that's the case, ain't nobody ever gonna care. Ain't nobody ever gonna move, ain't nobody ever gonna do anything.
But that's
Listen,
really how people feel.
we have a difference of opinion, but we want the same thing. I see a different route to take, and you say, well, this is the best route. But I say sometimes the best route is not the route that's gonna sustain itself. Sometimes it's short-lived. Sometimes it comes with more of a sign-up and a clause than you really are prepared to pay. I don't want to have to pay later on. You feel me? I'd rather work hard now and enjoy the fruits of my labor later than to have somebody come in and hand me something and then turn around and fuck me later. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm cool. Ain't no Vaseline over here.
You
Like,
know
we
what's
not,
so
we
crazy?
not gonna do that.
You know what's so crazy is that living here in the city of Chester, we have so much community involvement, right?
Right.
And the people who made it out, I got air quotes,
Right.
come back here for a community involvement.
Right.
I lived in a town, I never knew my neighbors. I didn't do anything in the town outside of probably go to a local restaurant. I did absolutely nothing in that town. I can't tell you about their school board meetings. I can't tell you about their, and these are the things that people don't do, even once they move away from home. So it's not like it's only here. You move away from home, like if you don't live in Chester, name what the last subject of your school board meeting was in your district. No, like people just don't do those things. They stay inside of their homes, they mind their business with them and their children, and they become consumed in them. That was one of the things that was talked about last night as well. People mind their business when they should be minding other business, like the school board business or the city council's business and things like that. These are things that need that people say, oh, it doesn't affect me. And this is why we have low voting turnouts at the polls, and why our school board meetings are empty, because it doesn't affect them.
You think they've worked so many negative messages in to make you believe that, number one, your vote doesn't matter.
But it's
two,
people like us that keep pushing that
number
negative
two,
message.
if you think that someone is stealing and thieving you, the best thing for you to do is ignore it. The best thing for you to do is
So let
not
me
to
ask you a
say
question.
anything. No, I'm asking. If people say, all right, they stealing at the school board.
But let me ask you a
But you
question.
don't go to the school board meetings and hold these people accountable.
Let me ask you a question.
You would rather fuss.
Let me ask you a
Go
question.
ahead.
Are they stealing directly from you? Did they take that $5 that you just said on the table?
What you mean?
It's directly from you. This is why people don't care.
What, the school board?
Yeah. So that it wasn't my $5 that I said on the table that they stole.
I suffered through them stealing. When we was going to high school, we suffered through the stealing. So
We
that,
all suffered from them stealing from the school district, but they didn't steal from us personally. So it didn't affect us personally how we wanted to affect us.
I had plans
if
on
it
moving.
makes sense.
I had plans on moving out of the city. Right?
I tried it.
I had plans on leaving and never coming back. I had plans on my children not being educated in this school district, right? And it wasn't until I saw that, and I talked to people that have come from the school district, that have gone on to do great things, that I understood that it's about the person. And if the person has something positive in their life, and the person has someone that's going to push them and tell them they can be great, then they will achieve and they will reach for higher goals and set standards in their life that they won't let anyone take from them. So it's not so much the school district as it is the individuals inside of the school district. And again, if we stand up, then we can have more opportunity. We can have better programs, but you have to tell them that I'm willing to be accountable. I'm willing to be outside of that person that was tearing up the high school, that was knocking out the tiles, that was breaking into the lecture room, that was cutting classes. I'm willing to be outside of that person and fix my city. That's what we need to start to do. That's why the station is here. That's why this energy is the way it is at this radio station, because we know what we have to do. We know what we need to do, and we know what we want to do. So, no, I don't want them to fix up a park that Eddie Stone is going to look at us crazy when we want to go swimming there, and they're there, and this is like our park. I want to know what's going to happen to the houses.
Eddystone got their own park.
I want to know what's going to happen to the houses.
Eddystone got
I
their
want
own
to know.
park and community center.
I want to know what's going to happen to the houses.
Half of them are for sale right now.
I want to know what's going to happen to, what is the plan for the houses? Don't tell me half of them are for sale right now.
They got a redevelopment project.
Right, they got a redevelopment project that's going to come through and sweep
Just like the
everything. It's
Highland Gardens.
gentrification.
Just like the Highland Garden.
But it's gentrification, so.
Well, we know what it is.
Right, so why are we allowing it? Why do we think that's best for us? Where are we gonna go?
It's not that we're allowing it, it's just that we see shiny new things and we want them. So here's the thing, we're not allowing them to come in and do something they're gonna do without our permission anyway.
They're not gonna do it without our permission.
Oh, I don't know why you think they not. They ain't come here and draw up these plans for nothing. Everything they've ever said they was gonna come in here and do, they want us to buy up those homes over there. How, so to speak, of what she.
They won't allow nobody buying.
They are allowing you to buy.
People trying to buy stuff.
You could be like Ron Starr and Brody your way about it, like he did over there on the Ave. He Brody his way and brought in this Blackwell building. I'm just saying, you can do stuff like that. Listen, get you an investment group. It's something that you're trying to start now. Get you an investment group and go on over there and buy the stuff. Like here we are, complaining about them not allowing us to buy it, yet we haven't even stepped foot in the building to ask them to purchase it. Period. This is when someone else buys it that doesn't live here, that's not from here. They just can't come in our city and just be buying up stuff. We should have been the first ones offered to buy. When they meet all the criteria of what's needed to buy here, they meet everything. Listen, they over there, they buying up all over town. Everything over town is over there. It's probably like 45% of it still for sale. And people don't want it because it's on one side of the Ave, and they don't want it because it's next door to so-and-so, and then they're giving them a hard time. They said, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Come on, man. But guess who brought it? Guess who got it? It ain't us. It's not us. The same thing when you go out immediately to the judicial sale, and everything in Chester that's worth something comes off that list. You can go there the day before the sale and pick up the list. The next day you'll see 65% of Chester sale list has been X'd off because they've already either given it to a judge, given it to a lawyer, a doctor or somebody, a real estate investment group, something, and they removed it from the group because they know the value of what we have here on this waterfront. Period. We all want the buildings. I live in Chester, but Chester is my home. My daughter graduated from Ridley High School. What do you say? I don't know why mine's cut off.
I get community involved in Chester. I love this radio station. Post the address, you will have a money order next week. We appreciate that, Raymond Lawrence. Absolutely. Thank you. And it has to, the conversations have to happen. Again, this is two people on the same side though, right? We love it. We just have a different philosophy for getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the only way to enrich the youth so they can sustain it. They can keep it going, is to do it ourselves. Will it take long? Yeah. Will it take us asking for help? I'm not saying we don't ask for help. You feel me? But we ask people that have a history of helping, not opportunistic people that are looking to make something better for another organization that doesn't want to help.
But these people have a history of helping.
Of helping who?
Of helping other people.
Right. So
they feel like, okay, so at some point in time you feel like, all right, well, I made it to a point where I can actually get back. So
right.
when I say that I'm gonna I'm doing this, cash out for college kids, and I'm
right.
like, I need $10 to go towards the kid.
Right.
And you like, oh, all right, well, I did enough this week that I can actually give my $10.
Right.
This is how I view these people. I told you I don't hold everybody accountable for their ancestors. I'm not looking at everybody as if they're looking to hang us or beat us half to death. I'm not looking at them like that because I don't want to walk around angry all day long. I don't want to walk around in fear of anybody all day long. I want to look at people with respect, and I want them to see me with respect as well. So when we sit at the table and have a conversation, we have an adult conversation. We have a human-to-human conversation. I don't want to look at them and think, they might think that I'm not 100% human today. I want to look at them and think they've changed enough throughout their years to know that I am just as much human as they are. And they can only treat me how they want to be treated. And that's how I feel. And when they come in and they want to do good things, whether it be put up a basketball court or put new curtains in the high school, I want to welcome them with open arms. But I want us to value it when they give it to us. I don't want us to tear it down and say, well, we didn't buy it. Because that's how people feel. If they didn't earn it and they didn't buy it, they tear it up. Period. If their money wasn't put into it, they tear it up. Writing on the walls, chipping the paint, breaking the windows, doing all kinds of stuff, tearing up the cafeteria. It's so much that they have done for us, and so much that we have done for ourselves.
But you know what that does when you allow someone else to come in and fix something?
Mm-hmm.
It gives that next generation a lack of respect for the things that were given, because the people that they know, listen to the people that they know personally didn't do it. Someone else had to come in and give it. And that tells you that no, the people that I know that broke their backs to do this, I don't know them personally. And some white person with a bank account that's a little bit larger than mine is gonna always come in here and fix the problem.
Who did they hire to do it?
What I'm saying.
Who are they hiring to do it?
What you mean?
Are they hiring us to do it? They employing us to do it. So
We just had a conversation in the A+ yesterday where people from us are not being hired to do anything, and other people are hiring them outside of the city. The school that they won't hire Maine and Mark to fix the air, but who are they hiring to do it? That's white people.
Maine and Mark volunteered to do it.
Right.
But
they won't even let them do that.
All right, here's the thing. Because the Maine and Mark is a community, they're gonna come back and tell the truth. So this is why I can't let you in my building unless I'm gonna redo the whole system. This is how you do the cover up. Right now, the heating system at the high is on right now. How many of y'all feel like y'all need heat today? How many feel like we need heat like right now? We don't need heat here today. It's nice enough outside, and the temperature in the inside is at a nice temperature. So we don't need heat, but the heat over at the high school is still on because they can't turn it off. Because they've rerouted something to do something and keep the heat going. So when it was 76 degrees last week, it still was on. So it's a constant run. Guess what? That's not fixing the problem. That's patching it and holding it steady until when? We need a whole new heat. We need a whole new high school. We need a whole new high school. We need everything in the high school needs to be taken out. The walls need to be and we need to do. I say knock it down and start it over. Because our high school is dimly lit. It makes people want to fall asleep in school.
Might have any tickets.
Well, you don't want me to come up?
I'm getting her to come upstairs.
Well, why are you taking the tickets down?
Goddamn, listen.
I'm petty.
Petty as
So,
hell.
all I'm saying is we need a whole new high school. We need our elementary schools built back up in the community. Columbus shouldn't be a fire station. Columbus should be an elementary school because that's what it was placed there for. So I feel like they need to demolish Chester High and start all over. And they need to demolish the Votech and start all over. Bright and shiny new things make people want to come. They want to see about it, and they try to take care of it for as long as it can be taken care of. They don't. I just feel like we need new things. We do. I don't know, but I feel like we need new things. We definitely need new things. We need a new high school. STEM needs to be redone. Smedley should still be a middle school because the East Side kids gotta walk all the way to STEM to go to school. Like, no, Stetzer, I don't think they took Stetzer up to eighth grade yet. I'm not sure, but we need new things. In our high school, it's so dark when you go in there, our kids can't do nothing but either fall asleep and not want to be educated that and it's dark and then it's cold. No. It's a reminder, it really is a reminder of going on a county visit. And then you get in this one room, which is the cafeteria, and it's really bright. No. No. They don't want to hear the truth. They know what's really needed. And they know that they wouldn't want to enter these buildings and be in here doing absolutely nothing. They know this. But guess what? They won't do it because it's not enough of us worried about it. We worried about our kids going to school, but they not even comfortable enough to want to learn. It's not that they don't want to learn when they leave home. When they get to school, they're either cold, they're overly hot, or it's always something wrong. No. I'm not one of those parents. I'm sorry. I like bright and shiny new things. I like to walk in, and if I'm going somewhere to be educated, I want it to be brightly lit, not dimly lit. I want it to be every light in this joint. Turn it on. Wake up. Because you know you don't like to be asleep when the lights is on. You be like, if they don't turn the lights on, or when you sleep, you be like, turn them lights off. Hi. Finding you. Good.
You can sit in my seat and I'm gonna go on the other side.
Yep. How you doing?
I'm
You
good.
gotta turn it down.
Oh, this seat's low. So we have our winner from Jabri's It's All Love R&B. That's what it's called, right?
R&B night.
R&B party. Anya Atkinson, right? That's how you say it?
Yes.
Hi, Anya.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Well, we met at the meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
She was
That's
talking.
nice.
Just that.
At the casino.
She don't remember me.
Yeah, it's fine. We over.
Oh, over by the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. See, I do remember stuff. Yep, but
So everybody thinks you should run.
run for what? Who?
So I just said, I think you should run for local seat.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
That'll never happen.
That's the problem.
No, the goal is to find somebody who's suitable for that seat. See,
You,
I gotta
you
make
found
some
her,
attitude.
and that's what it takes.
No.
I keep telling you, the passion that you have for this city, you feel me, is it speaks for the community. You're not really speaking from a person that doesn't know the community or a person that's willing to be bought.
Mm-hmm.
You're speaking from experience. You're speaking from knowing people and connecting with people, and you have a love for this city. So why wouldn't you, bro?
Because I know somebody who has a greater love. Passionately. That's that.
But not for every position. If you get everybody in there that has a love for the city, then things will start to, and aren't so much self-consumed and self-orientated. Like, it takes empathy. It takes sacrifice. You can change people's views on politics.
I give my sacrifices
that's
every
cool.
day out
Yeah,
here
that's
in
cool.
this community. I do. I give my sacrifices every day. So many people call me about things that they may not be able to get done on their own, and I find a resource for them. And
Are you
that's
scared?
it's not. I don't
Then
fear
what is
anything
it?
but God.
Then what is it?
See, here's my thing. Once you're one of
You sound
those
like- you
people,
sound like,
once
okay.
you're one of those people,
One.
people lose respect for you.
Once you're one of what people?
The people on that council board.
But you'll never
So
be,
no one has respect for Kirkland.
you'll never,
No one has respect for Jacobs, West, Williams, or
Why? Morgan.
Morgan. I don't forgot his name like 6 times.
Why? I don't think no one, I don't think you can say no one has respect for them. You
No,
can-
they don't-
You
they
can say
don't.
people have tried to question and they've been shut down, which has you lose respect. If I come to you and I'm constantly asking you, why is this like this, and you don't want to answer, or you feel as though you're above being questioned, then I will lose respect for you and I will go turn around.
No, Yeah.
You don't want to be held accountable, then I will lose respect for you. But I don't see you as someone that will get up there and say, yeah, I'm not answering that, because you want to see it change too.
No, but see, here's the thing. All of them at one point in time came in with that same attitude, that they wanted to make the change for our city. They wanted to do good for our city. They all came in with that same attitude. And then people forget that you're human and forget to say good morning. And they come straight to you with your problems. They didn't let you grab your cup of coffee yet. Hold on, bro. So this is my thing with being in.
Do you need a
in
cup of
council.
coffee? Can you drink a cup of coffee when you know the city is has a lot of problems?
Yeah, I gotta wake up first.
So the first thing you need to do when you wake up is have a cup of coffee, because if you're dressed and heading out the door, you already should have had your cup
My
of
job
coffee.
don't start till 9.
Your job. hold
Starts
on.
at 9.
No,
That's what it says. My
No,
job
it
is from
doesn't.
9 until 4.
No,
Over there.
no,
That's what it said.
no. Your job is 24
Go ask
hours
for-
a day.
Go ask for one of
Do you
those
know-
little pamphlets that
So-
tell
so
you what your job is.
That's the problem. So because you, not you, but people don't understand how government works. Government is 24 hours a day. If you are on the city council, or if you're the mayor, you're on duty 24 hours a day. That's why the mayor got them lights in his car, so he can move things, because shit needs to happen. He needs to hurry up and get there. That's why he has police detail,
Mhm.
so he can move things when shit happens, because
You
he
seen
needs to
him
get there. Listen,
Have you
hold
seen
on.
him there?
Time out. Hold on.
Mhm.
Wait. We're talking about you running. We're not talking about the people that are in office right now.
Oh.
We're talking about somebody running with a passion for the city. If you feel like the people that are in there don't have the passion for the city, then when people
I think they
say,
had passion at
when
one
people,
point in time.
so we're not questioning one point. We're talking about right now. Go ahead. They look good. So do not say, oh, there's someone else. We need a whole table full of people with passion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not gonna do it, then who would you say could do it?
Yeah.
I got felonies.
Mm-hmm. So do some of the people that's over there too.
Yeah, you shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're not gonna leave that out. Yeah.
So-
At some point in time, I thought that she was required to have a felony in order to get a job over there. Because the people with the straight and narrow, the people that were straight and narrow definitely wasn't getting hired. So at the end of the day, here's my thing with running for politics. I'm a human being. And at any given time, I'm liable to snap the F out, because if you disrespect mine, I disrespect you. Period. So I couldn't run for any seat on council
Because you're too passionate.
because I do more good out here than I ever could do in there.
You don't think you
I
can get
don't.
inside?
Nope.
You think once you get in that room, you turn?
No, I think once you get in that room, no matter how good your heart is, they shut you down.
Who shuts you down?
Them, the ones who don't care. So,
How
because
can
if
they
it was
do
up
that?
to me, in whatever department I run, I will fire them all. I will start right there. You're fired, and you're fired. You gotta go.
Well, don't
Yes,
you know
I will
you
give
have?
out
Don't you know
notices.
you have the power to do that though?
Here you go. You're fired, sweetie. Sign right here. There's your little severance package. Yeah, we're gonna find somebody else to fill your position. You have a nasty, yes,
Right.
you have a nasty attitude. The people don't like your customer service. Yes, you barely answer your phone. Yes, we've been monitoring it for a week. Yeah, you're fired, sweetie. Yeah, tell your little colleague, come on in next. Yes, sweetie, you're fired. Sign here. I'll clean house over there. They all need to go.
So in other words, you want to build a new foundation.
They-
The old one is
it's
not
terrible.
hold the house.
It's terrible.
So-
It's holding up by strings. I will here, sweetie. Yes, can you tell him to come in next? Yeah, they cussing me out on the way out. No, baby, because you forgot what you was here for. See, you was getting a check. You wasn't doing anything on this list. Show me what you did in this week.
So-
Nothing. You're fired.
So then you replace those people with who? Family members, cousins, friends,
No.
People that would-
Qualified.
qualified
constituents.
individuals, not
Here you
your
go.
family members.
Here you go.
Right.
Well,
That's
what-
what's going on now.
Right,
Yeah,
not the
this
people
is
that
why it is
campaign for you.
No.
Okay, all right.
Listen, go get that lily white one over there.
Right.
She got that degree in what?
Oh God,
Sweetie, let me see what you're doing.
it's a black person with that same degree.
Yeah, it's okay, but guess what? She
Right.
doing her job over there. See, I can't give it to you because of color either. See, I'm not one of them people. So guess what? Yes, City Hall is an all black, a 94% black employment facility.
I know she's
However,
making your point. I love it when she does this. I love it. I mean, now you're making this point as to why you need to do that.
Oh, wait.
You know what I'm saying? You're not working on the other side. You're selling yourself right now. You feel me? As the person that they should vote for. As a person that is well qualified and understands what it takes to fix the city. Like you crazy.
You believe that these jobs will start somewhere in the $20 range, somewhere per hour range?
Elon Musk is currently looking for a location to build these new home solar batteries capable of energizing your entire home. So he's saying he believes the jobs will start in the range of $20 or something per hour. So I guess they're looking for a facility, right, to build these things. And listen, the city should be on that. They just tried to sell Amazon on building something down on the waterfront. People own property down there on the waterfront. You know what I'm saying?
They
And
do. I know a lot of people.
right.
But then sometimes a lot of people build stuff on the waterfront and then after a few years they leave it.
They
So
leave.
it's just sitting
Right,
there.
it's just sitting there taking up space.
That's
So-
because we, the city, don't use it. See, if we, the city, utilize these facilities, they would stay. And that be the main issue. If they put a Wawa here, we still will go to Brookhaven to the Wawa, to the Super Wawa.
I don't think so.
If I believe so.
If they put a Super Wawa on 291, I think people.
I think
I've always
291
thought-
would be a former pass
So
through.
this is how I feel it works, right? Everything that we want is outside of the city. We had a KFC at one point,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had.
And we didn't eat there because it was dirty.
We had a restaurant. People still
We
ate
had
there.
our own record store.
We had our own record store. We had a lot of things that we needed to be self-sustaining.
Mm-hmm.
Those things left, and now, when they ask, how do we increase revenue in Brookhaven? All right, well, we build a Wawa and we close the one down in Chester. Now people are going to drive
That
through
distance.
Brookhaven to
Get a
get to
ticket.
Wawa, get a ticket, get pulled over, cars get repoed. Most people in Chester don't have insurance. Most people in Chester don't have licenses. Now we're taking cars, we're repoing things, we're making money. You feel me? It's a plus for us to have this here. It's a plus for them to have to drive to us to get the things that they want. Why not put a market out there? Don't put no market out there. People got to take SEPTA. They all work together, right? And then they sit there and say, "Oh no, we would love to help you, but you really don't want our help." No, well,
We
we'll
would
give
love
you a
to help
part.
you,
We'll give you a part.
But you don't show value in yourself. Bro, we really gotta step our game up on the value issue.
So we say the
We
same
really
thing.
have to tell people they are worth
But the
something.
only way you begin to believe it is to do it. I can't tell you you're valuable and I'm not giving you anything of any value. I can't tell you you're valuable, but let this person give you what they had because they know they was valuable long before you knew you were valuable. No, we have to work. People have to see your work ethic. You're not gonna come up here and work with me if you don't see what I was doing. If you didn't come up here and sit here and see me do this and understand how hard I'm working, you're not gonna support this. So I have to do the work. So if somebody else called you up on the phone, say, yo, it's
So
a
you
radio,
have- you
it's a
have to-
radio station.
But guess what though? Guess what? Because I remember in our first month, people was like, "Yo, what's the CMPRADIO.net situation? Who's CMP Radio?" Yeah, what's it? She's a
Right, she's a
fan.
fan. She's been around from the
Yeah.
beginning.
So like they really come and they wanted to know because it was new, it was shiny, it was new.
Right.
So here's
They
the
ain't
thing:
gonna be
we
around.
keeping the lights on.
They ain't gonna be
It's
around.
gonna stay bright on over here. We're gonna stay woke because of the simple fact that it's been proven. When they took the lights out, they put dimly lit bulbs in Chester High. So mind you, they may all have lights in them,
Right.
but they 40 watts.
Right. And
So
the
I
kids
need
in
100
there-
watts.
The kids in there like this,
Yes,
half sleep, half
They might as well
dead,
come in their pajamas.
trying to figure out how to get home, trying to
Yes.
figure out how do I end this day
Or
quicker.
how they gonna sneak out of school
Right.
because they tired.
Which
Right,
door?
I'm ready
Which
to
door
go.
I'm going out?
It ain't
to
even
get?
a sneak out. It's straight out
Yeah,
to the
it's
front.
walk out.
When we used to take the side door out
They
to
come right
get
out
the
the
Farillo,
front.
they go right out the front. All right, I'm out.
See you always.
You feel me? All right,
I'm
OJ.
with the first period. That's all that matters. Ain't
That's-
gonna call my house.
Listen. I'm here. I was here. But
I've been here. We've been here. Listen. Anything that we can do to help change our community. Like I said last night, I'm a product of what destroyed
So
the
you
community.
running?
Wait, running what?
You and your dad, y'all both gonna run on the same ticket.
Running for what?
Mayor and the city council.
Why would me or my father run for anything in the city?
No.
No. Stop playing with me.
She running.
Jesus fix it.
Right. That's
So-
that's an extremely that's a tough ticket.
No, they'll say she won because of her dad.
No, and they'll say you won because of you.
No, and
I'll
they'll
say it.
They'll say they just
I just
want
want
the
to
same
be.
thing.
I just
See,
want to
listen,
be the chief of
here-
staff so I can run around in my
See,
car.
there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. See, here's
Can I
the
get police
thing.
lights
Here's
in
the
my
thing.
car?
I've heard so many people ask my father to run for mayor of Chester, right? But the moment he gets in there and he has to tell one of those many people, no, this can't be done, now he's exactly who they pushed out the door in the first place.
No,
So,
you're
no, he would be. Because the moment he can't get through to something that they believe is important to them,
You
then
talk-
he's a bad guy.
No, the moment
Then
I-
I'm telling you, you should have been doing this before he got here.
How do you show someone you can't do something? Are you dismissive, or do you attempt to do it with them in the room and never listen?
And
Okay,
who
come to
believes
me.
you?
Come to me with your problem, right? All right, check this out. I'm gonna send you because you have to create organizations inside the organization, right? So people come to you with their problems. All right, I'm gonna sit you down. Let's just use Christina. I'm gonna sit you down with Christina Dell. Tell her what your problem is. You tell her what your problem is, what you're trying to do. All right,
Who
now-
Raymond Morris? Why you know my daddy's name?
right. So listen.
Is that the cousin from the other day?
That's your cousin.
Oh,
That's your
that's the cousin.
Right.
All
So when you sit down there and you break it down into sections, all right, this person handles this. Like you said, this person does this person does that.
Mhm.
All right, so the follow-up is done by somebody else. You created a whole group that handles community concerns. Now the community is not as angry anymore because they see things getting done. It might not happen right away, but I know they made the phone call. I know they addressed it. I know they came out. Listen, as a mayor, you hop on them trucks and you come out and you clean these alleyways up. I get in that drink the first 6 months in office. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm gonna get a team together to handle financial. I'm gonna find me a grant writer. I'm gonna find somebody that handles this. I'm gonna find somebody that can handle the parks and recreation. What time them trucks head out with all the workers on them? You gonna see me in jeans
truck.
and a t-shirt, and I'll be right on that joint, cleaning up the city. Now, you know what that does? That allows the residents to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm coming out too.
And at the end of the day, the people here in Chester are looking for somebody that's a people person, somebody that's touchable.
The leader.
Exactly.
Right. So the only way I can lead is by doing. I can't give you direction and call myself a leader. Y'all need to clean that up. So I'm not knocking anybody for any way that they do anything that they do. I'm just saying how I would do it. Because again, that's empathy. So people see me out there working. Now the neighbor that sees me in her yard taking all the tires that somebody's throwing in their yard, the trash, and putting it on the back of the truck. That's what she now comes out and does.
Help.
She sweeps up. You know what I'm saying?
And
And now when the person across the street sees them jokers come back next week, guess what he do? While they dumping, they call the police. Yo, man, that's wrong. I just seen dude out there 2 weeks ago cleaning up. Nah, yo, there's somebody over here dumping right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about how it gets done. I just want it to get done. You know what I mean? So this is how I see myself doing it. Who does it, when they do it, it doesn't matter to me, but put some work in. This builds up the next
See, but
generation.
that's the part that we're trying to get away from, JR. the politicians that do it for the camera. Because here's my thing. I know politicians who never wanted to be in front of the camera.
JR is from Brookhaven. Shout out to Brookhaven basketball league.
Oh, hey.
And I said that last week. The relationship that they have with their mayor is funny. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll talk about him like, oh, he's one of the friends. So that's what you need. You need a friend.
But see, we said that to him, and when I asked him about community involvement, how can you expect your community to be involved when you're not involved in your community? I said that to him in the interview that we had with our mayor. I said, if you're not out here setting an example, what do you expect for people to follow? We can be involved with one another. But you want us to be involved in what you have going on, you have to at least be involved in what we have going.
Like, not to cut you off, like when Wendell was the mayor. When Wendell was the mayor, you can go anywhere in the city and see him. You can go to New York Fried Chicken, he getting a Pepsi for his wife.
Don't say that. You can go anywhere. New York Fried Chicken was definitely WEAREFAMILY. You'll still find it.
Listen, I just seen him coming out of there and was like, you could have got me a Pepsi too. He's like, you're late.
You're late.
You right. But no, even like he was a community person. You know the worst part is he used to be out like in the bars. And they would say he was drinking. You know what he was drinking? Pineapple and orange juice mix. So, and that's the things that people never knew. And then maybe 9, 10 o'clock at certain functions, he may have a cocktail too, but he's an adult.
He's human.
At the end of the day, and he's allowed to. So he was very community oriented, very, very, very community oriented. And he always would show up if you invited him. He would stop through, say, I just came through, but whatever, shook a couple hands, and he would leave. But he always let his face be known or seen. I don't understand what this mayor nor the previous mayor before now think they're going to gain from the community if they're not out in the community. You can't only go to what your church members is having. That's my personal opinion. When I was 15 years old, he kept me out of trouble. I'm now 61 years old.
I used the wisdom back then, I still use it now to encourage people. And that's what it's all about. Somebody gave you a gift. I believe when somebody opens their mouth and speaks life into you or gives you something, if I would have took heed to everything that was said to me, then it wouldn't be no problem for me to run from that.
Right.
Because I was guided in the right direction. It was me that was bucking it. I ain't got time for that. I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that you would be a good person to run from there because you've been through some of the things that the guys on the street corners are going through. See, if somebody shows them that despite your past, you can still have a bright future. See, if somebody shows them that despite your past, you can still have a bright future. Christina Delva, to my office, please.
$20,000.
So, if somebody shows them that despite your past, you still have a bright future, then they will do that. Like that is something that they will do. They will still say, okay, I may have effed up when I was a child, but I still have the abilities to be something. I still have the abilities to make something of myself. I don't have to look at myself with disappointment because this man did it, so why can't I? See, we always say that again.
You gonna do all the firing?
Amen to that.
All right, come on.
Honey, give me the resignation letters. Sign right here, baby. We wrote it up for you because we don't want you to think that we're firing you. This way, you still get your full benefits if you just walk away willingly. So you sign right here, baby. I got it all planned. I got it all mapped
I got
out.
all these tattoos. Ain't nobody gonna let me.
I got tattoos.
Have a fit.
They got tattoos.
Baby, why you do that to your body?
Well, see, I was a work of art. And God was working on me, so this was his plan. All of this is a story.
To a work of art.
Yes, this is
Shout out
my
to Kid
story.
Picasso, right?
This is my story. Good morning, Casey.
It really is.
This is my story, and if you ever pay attention to what's on my body, you will know, you will see it in picture form. Since that's what they say we have to use in order to, communicate with certain people. You have to put it in a picture form because we have third graders. Listen, this didn't come from me. This came from there. We have people who only can read on the third grade level. So you have to use pictures. It didn't come from me. If it wasn't already on air, I wouldn't be able to say it, but it's on air, so I'm just repeating what was on air. Now don't get me wrong. We've come to the point where we can probably have a civilized conversation with one another, and he's not telling me, he's not answering me. We've come to that point. And I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I do need him to have more community involvement. I do need him to come out to more functions. I know for a fact he was invited to several things in the past 30 days, and I didn't see him at any of the 5 things that I attended. So it wasn't alcohol induced or anything of the sort.
You don't have to drink.
You don't have to drink to show your face. I watched the Brave launch. He was invited to the Brave launch. Him and a few of his colleagues was invited. None of them showed up. The news was going to be there. I thought that would make them come out. I watched her family members come in, give her 5 minutes and say, baby, because this is your day. This is your spotlight. So we come in, we give you exactly what you need. We showed you support, and then we left. And that's what you have to do with your community. Instead of sending that dry-ass letter to everybody at the funeral. Like, that's another thing they need to do away with. I'm not sending a letter to everybody in the community, and it's the same exact letter. I just changed the name. No. It's not personal. That's another thing that they have to remove. Like the next mayor of Chester, take that out.
You done been to 10 funerals.
Everybody does it.
We got a letter from our mayor, and everybody pretty much know the words.
Yes, you said it. So to the loved ones of, I send you my deepest condolences here from the city of Chester.
How can he address every death in the city?
Listen, you wouldn't address every death as an individual. So I feel like it's understood, but at least write it handwritten. You have my deepest condolences from your mayor, whoever. Hi to the whatchamacallit family. I am, and I would like to express my deepest sympathy to you and your family. But handwrite that shit. Handwrite it. It's not like it's 5, 6, 7 funerals a day. It's 1, maybe 2. Everybody got the same letter.
So
I went from one funeral.
Every day I'm writing 2 letters to people's families.
Exactly. Even if you sat down and you wrote them out the night before. Well, let me write this family a little love, a little bit of inspiration to help them go through their trying times. Add a scripture to it.
As well as trying to figure out how to get a city out of Act 47.
As well as trying to listen. You signed up for this.
New money into. That's why I said. Well, this is why you get a committee, a subcommittee inside of your committee where people handle the finance. If you're on city council, you need to specifically be engineer for one thing, right? Mm-hmm. So all city council, you got a person that's in charge of finance, you got a person that's in charge of this, you got a person that, and then they have people underneath for them. You know what I'm saying? So that whole shake-up situation needs to happen where if Afati is on city council, then I know she's community relations. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to leave things happen in the community, and she wants the community to go some type of other way. Now, Feast Nichols is financial. You feel me? And his crew handles that, the financial part, and we all come together and say, listen, this is what we have to do.
Are you
talking about? Are you talking? No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the position of mayor.
No, we are talking about the mayor. Don't sugarcoat it.
No, we're talking about the position of mayor.
A person is only as good as their team and their staff that's around them. That's absolutely true, Sonny.
Right.
A person is only as good, but if everybody...
If you don't allow people to take the shot, then you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? If you don't allow people to do the work and take the credit. Like, when Steve Kerr was hitting threes, Michael Jordan got the credit for being the greatest player and winning the championships, but Steve Kerr, Craig Hodges, and everybody else was playing on the team. Scottie Pippen was there too. So you gotta allow people to take the shot and to be great. People get mad at LeBron James now for deferring. You feel me? Or passing the ball, not taking a shot. He's like, listen, you on the team too, bro. You got to carry it just as much as I do. I can do everything else. I can get you 40 points, but 40 points is not going to outscore a whole team that's averaging 90. Every game you're going to lose. So
and that's why they have to stay in there so I and team.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you know what we want. You know how we want to see it. I'm just telling you to go ahead. You feel me? And if you get you get everything explained out with you. You know? Okay. CMPRADIO.net. This was the morning meeting. Shout out to Anya Atkinson for winning the It's All Love R&B tickets. Right, you got 2 tickets. Make sure you come through. December 1st. Come through. Abstract Reality Art Gallery. Come through. Check us out. Another $5 will get you the painting tickets. They painting, and I'm doing body painting. Shell's done, and Christina have chose to donate their bodies for body painting. So we definitely gonna be painting up in that joint. You feel me? I'll be body painting upstairs in the corner for the R&B event start. Sad boy, man. Me, Parsons gonna show me how to do that.
Just don't pepper.
He gonna do the art lesson before he starts.
He gonna do the art. He gonna do the outline. You feel me? And then I just fill it with color.
I thought that was Kenny's job.
Huh?
I thought that part is
both of them. But Kenny gonna be busy. Probably painting 50,000 art monsters. Have you ever seen Kenny work on
6 canvases at one time.
6 canvases at one time. And it's like, how do you know which one you want to be this one? Like, how are they all different? I said, bro, you do too much, bro. I gotta go. Cause he make you feel like you lazy. Like literally, like I can't be around you, dude. Like you doing too much.
I said, how can you sleep on a man that never sleeps? Period. That man is always working. Like I swear, I come from an era where we say no new friends, but in this past year, I have gained so many new friends, and now they're no longer friends, they're family. Like I told them last night on that platform, I said, you're no longer my friend. What's up, bro? Like, that's it. That means you're my brother. I go to bat for you just like I would my biological brothers. So you now have a greater thing in me because you have me as a sister. You don't just have me as a friend.
What's up, Sonny?
So,
I want to let y'all know that CMPRADIO, watching y'all on a daily basis, y'all have all the girl bosses, guy bosses, y'all definitely motivated me to push a little harder and being greater for my community and myself. So, yeah.
That's so touching.
Y'all crazy.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Y'all
We love that.
we love that lets them know that we're not negative. Somebody made that comment.
Oh, remember we had the hand hug? Yes.
Oh, that works.
That works. Yeah, no germs on it.
I ain't got
Yes,
to smell
I ain't got
good.
it. Right, you gotta
Smell
smell
good.
person.
Like, listen, what you doing?
You got all that oil on my face, makeup on my
Where
shoulder.
is she? Where is she?
Where's who?
The lady who taught us the hand hug.
Constant.
Yeah, where's she
Right.
at?
I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to Constant, see if I can get her up
Yes.
here. But I definitely listen. You know,
Same to you, Janelle. You feel that way too?
everybody in this community is important. You feel me? And once somebody shows you just how important you can be, like it's no turning back. You can't go back. So the things that we want for this community, man, it's amazing. The talent that we have, we can accomplish it. We can get it done. We just have to come together and do it and
Support.
Support.
It's really about support.
I don't want to talk about support.
No,
I made a
it
whole
really is.
video about support.
It really is about support. Let me tell you, right? It takes nothing to hit the share button on social media so that your friends can see what your friend is doing.
Right.
So it takes nothing to hit the share button. I don't care if she shares something 1,000,000 times. It takes nothing for you to hit the share button. And if you feel like it's something that you don't want to support, someone else may want to support it. So here it is, right? We watched that skit yesterday, and it says people are so selfish that they won't even support the people who support them on a daily basis. So I'm one of those people. I try to support as many people as I can. It comes to the point where my kids be like, "Oh my God, you going somewhere else? You doing this?" What the little baby say yesterday? Where you going? Well, can I come?
I'm coming with you.
Cause I wouldn't have seen her until she would have been asleep by the time I got home.
Right.
So she comes with me. She like, so what y'all was talking about? Cause I heard a little bit of it, but she's intrigued. And when we say that we having cleanup day, she like, all right, well, I'm like, what's this? Why this out? Well, you said we was having cleanup day on Saturday. I said, you missed the date, baby. It's not this Saturday.
Right.
But like, I try to support people the best I know how. And it was so crazy because my feelings got hurt last Saturday when I felt like somebody who should have supported me didn't. So, and I support everything that they do. So guess what? I haven't talked to them since last Saturday. And then to find out, like, when you say certain things on air, and you be like, because I said this earlier, and they didn't even watch it. And I understand that everybody has lives and all that stuff, but guess what? Tell me it's something wrong, and I'm right there. Tell me everything good, and I'm still right there. Show me that you're trying, and I'm trying to help you try a little bit harder. And I'm one of them people. So to find out that some people that I hold near and dear to me don't support me, they don't share, they don't talk about, well, listen, Nafati does this, and I'm always plugging somebody. I be like, yo, so you said you need what? Oh, hold up. I got somebody that can do that. Give me a second. A chick called me this morning about a lawyer to get her records. No. Christina Devil over town, she do it for a lot cheaper, and on top of that, she in our community. Go give her that money. That's how I am. If it's here in the city and I know somebody who does it, oh, wait, you need a resume built up? Oh, it's a young girl on Facebook. Hold on, let me find her. I'm telling you, she that bull. Never had a resume built by her in my life.
This is very good.
She is. I gotta give her my resume.
Like you said you looking for a job. Hold on, because somebody just put something up. Hold on, they said UPS is hiring. Listen, $15 an hour. Yeah, it might be seasonal, but you can be the one that make permanent. Like, I'm one of them people. I'm not one of those people that say, oh man, really? Oh, I couldn't make it. I had a headache. Bitch, I popped 2 Advil and I still came. Here I am. No, I can't have a drink because I just popped the Advil, ma. But I'm here. What do you need me to do? Oh, you need me to help clean up afterwards? Well, I'm here to the end. I'm not one of them people that's going to pop in for 5 minutes and pop out. That's why I keep telling Pierre I need a planner. Nobody wants to give me. Nobody wants to buy me a planner book.
I need a planner too.
Like for real, it takes nothing to support your friends. I share so much on my Facebook page.
You can't call it personal. So I need an executive assistant.
Oh, I got you.
Oh,
I was going to say, I take notes, that's it. You said this, here it is right here. But like, it takes nothing to support your family and your friends. It takes nothing to support your community other than sharing things of your community in a positive light. Because the moment they say shots fired, everybody's sharing it.
everybody.
The moment they saying body found, everybody's sharing it. But the moment they say, so there's a school board meeting on the 15th,
Man,
crickets.
I ain't worried about that.
Crickets.
I ain't worried about
Don't
that.
share it. Don't, let them say they got free drinks though.
I'm
Full,
there. I'm there.
full house, honey. And guess what? I can honestly say it's not only in the normal
So we need to
community,
start
it's in
giving
the
out
church.
drinks.
It's in the church
at
community,
school
too.
board meetings.
It's in the church community. Let us say we having free food, honey. We got a full house. I gotta sit on the floor. I be like, why all these people here?
Afterwards.
Yes, we got dinner for
So you
parents
said-
and friends and family day,
So you
and
said
then we
it's
get a
like
list.
Women's Day.
Women,
everybody-
Mother's Day.
Women's Day at the church. Everybody-
Women's Day is always on a Saturday.
Oh, listen, they used to do it.
It's-
I ain't trying to-
Yeah, it's on a
But
Saturday.
everybody
so
comes.
basically-
Everybody comes to church on that day, where they
Yeah.
don't come every.
It's food. It's free
or
food.
Easter or
Free
you know,
food.
what's that? On New Year's. When,
The
watch-
what
the
you
watch
call it?
hour.
Yeah, the service.
Right,
You
right.
get black eyed peas and rice at the end.
right.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be something special to get you to come out.
No, you gotta be giving them something. Ain't nothing special. You giving
Oh,
them
what am
something.
I getting?
We getting blessing bags.
To me,
Yes, if it's free, it's for me. Cause we giving blessing bags at the end of church. They be like, we got the pantry in the back, so you getting canned goods, and I mean you getting good stuff. Oh, this
That's
is-
all you
yes,
got?
I'm grateful behind.
That's all you got?
Like we give care packages at the church. We got a first aid kit for everybody who shows up for church on Sunday. They there. They want all the band-aids and
But you need Band-Aids.
what?
Pesticides. You giving out pesticides? Peroxide, pesticide. You giving them pesticides when they cut? Here, spray.
I got cleaning.
Spray some of this pesticide in that cut. That's a deep cut. That arm fall off in the morning.
It takes nothing for support.
It
Absolutely
doesn't.
nothing.
It really doesn't. And it hurts. It does.
It hurts when the people you expect to
I'm
support you don't.
gonna tell you. You saw me last week. Like that's where the phone check came from, because to see the people that didn't already like the thing, you feel me? And I mean, this is family. These are friends. These are jokers that rang my phone and asked me, "Can I help them?" When I could. I said, it's funny how now that I'm not out there in that lifestyle, and I'm not playing around, and I don't have that money to just throw at problems and shit like that. That I'm not the person that you're worried about. But when I did, I was the person you worried about every day.
I was just
And
making
you want,
sure you're
and you
okay out
wanted,
there.
and you tried your best to convince me that you cared. But the moment the money is dried up and ain't nobody running around here, that's when you figure out who your friends are. Right.
When you don't have nothing to offer them,
Stuff
you
like that.
find right out who they really were.
Phone don't ring, no text message.
Nope.
Check
My
your
phone dry.
What-
You hear me? I talk to the same probably 8 people. Let me look at my call.
I want to, and on some levels, I want to ask these same people. So, if I was a better friend to you than you were to me, what was your benefit for me? Because I didn't ask of you for anything, right? I thought we had a mutual understanding. We was cool because you liked me and I liked you. But no, you had to benefit from my friendship.
A hidden agenda.
You had to gain something to be my friend, to be supportive, to be around. That hurts, bro. That hurts. And you know I'm an emotional dude. I wanted to cry this morning. I text Kenny, and Kenny was like, "What you drinking? What juice?" I was like, "Don't be texting me that shit. That boy, don't do that soft shit, bro. Come on, man." But no, I text Dante, same shit, man. Thank you for your support, bro. I appreciate it.
Y'all know what? I gotta try some woo juice. I never had it ever.
You never had no woo juice?
Oh my
Well, you gotta
God.
come. When the next event we have? Then? December 7th.
December the 7th is.
Right.
First Friday.
First
I
Friday.
think it's gonna be Woo Juice tonight
Woo juice tonight. Where?
at the jam session.
At the jam session.
I think Woo making a deposit tonight at the jam
All right,
session.
well then come to the jam session with Johnny May. It's gonna be my first time ever getting up on the stage for comedy. I'm gonna come out and do my first stand-up comedy performance.
Oh, I thought you were singing.
Shout out to
And
us.
another thing, y'all definitely got me coming out. Y'all been announcing all these different events. I'm like, oh, you know what? Because anybody knows me, I'm always in the house.
Right.
Work, school, my grandmother, and then that's it. I'm in the house. Don't come out. Hibernation, wintertime, that's it. I'm thinking, I'm gonna start coming out.
Sad bulls, man. Sad bulls.
We go home at a respectable hour. We do. It's not like we out until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Last week, if it wasn't for the after party, we would have been in the house by 12:30. But then we had the after, not last week, 2 weeks ago. We had the after party with the lit karaoke. But it's not like it's something where you got people bump you, people become mean and angry and aggressive and things like that. It's always
they got security.
It's always good, clean adult fun.
If you're not smiling and having a good time, you got to go.
Because normally I'll go out somewhere in the city where I haven't been in a long time, and I'll have a drink, and then I'm going back in the house, and that's it.
Look, we dancing. We got Johnny May, baby,
Johnny
on the microphone. That's she's definitely getting you out of your seat. She said, "Ooh, them people made me have to work at that first Friday." But her energy is like so high. Like when we was at the entrepreneur photo shoot, she like no music. Because we were just on the bleachers like doing nothing. Just standing there. So she just turns us up a little bit. Like it's always nice to have that good energy, that great spirit, that motivation that says, come on, y'all, we here for the cause. Like, let's show them. So like her energy is everything. Then you got my twin who's always thinking of another avenue to have a great
I was watching them last night.
They crazy.
Coming back real soon, man. Pierre's stories, man. I'm trying not to expose myself too much.
You gotta be transparent.
I'll be totally
Everybody got a
transparent
testimony
on CMPRADIO.net.
Yeah, she
late
is
night,
the bomb.
Late night stories.
Yeah, hey, Mary the Barber, how you doing? I told Mary the Barber I wasn't the twin. Hey.
You told Mary the Barber you wasn't the twin.
I was like, no, that's not me. That's my sister. At the Bonnets.
So.
At her own party, she was amazing. Yes.
This has been the morning meeting.
Yes.
We have overstayed our welcome. This is a 2 hour, this became a 2 hour and a half an hour, damn it, 3 hour show. But you know, when we talk about things that we're passionate about, it's always gonna run over. So shout out to Queen now. Shout out to Anye Addison for answering the question and winning the tickets. You feel me? There's also another young lady that won the tickets. What we gotta do with that? Anyway, that's too far back. Was I here? Anyway, so she could pick up her tickets as well, either here or from Brianna. I have them. I mean, not Brianna, from Japan. But this weekend, catch us tonight. Feel Good Talk from 6:30 to 8:30, and then following Feel Good Talk from 9 to 11, the premiere of No Filter Fridays, not up for debate. Maserati Ran, myself, T. Kane, and we might have John Streets in the building. He's in the area, you feel me? So definitely local R&B artist, man, that's done some things. So, you know, we definitely want to build and continue to motivate and push everybody in a positive way. So, you know, if you have something you want to share with the station, man, come on up here, sit down with us. If you feel like the station is moving in the right direction, man, let us know, man. Like it, share it, comment, tag it, do everything. You know, let people know that you're fooling with the station. And if you feel like it's something the station isn't doing, guess what you get to do? You get to hold us accountable.
Absolutely.
And you won't even get no attitude from it. If you call me up, if you put something on Facebook and I feel like CMP should do this, then we're going to figure out a way to do it and get it done. I feel like y'all should have more people up there. Y'all should have different people up there. Y'all should have better energy. Y'all should be out in the community more.
Mm-hmm.
I won't know what you want from me until you tell me.
Absolutely.
Right? You can't expect me to know everything. So
y'all need me to be there for support. I promise you, I'm like one of the biggest cheerleaders. I'm like, hey, how's everybody doing? They be like, this bitch is weird.
Right.
But I'm there though. I'm there. I'll wear your brand. If y'all got t-shirts, I love t-shirts. I do. I love t-shirts that have words on it that sells your brand. So you can always send me a t-shirt. I love t-shirts. Like I wear your stuff everywhere I go. He just moved aside my chair from moving. He's petty.
Because it was
Making noise.
Yeah.
So, I am one of those people. I'm a welcome billboard. I do wear your brand, and when people ask me what does that mean, I tell them. So you know.
We just used up all our time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. So you tell people.
Facebook. CMPRadio.net. We're still live on the app. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. So we're going to keep on going. We're still live on YouTube. Facebook just ended it, but we got to get out of here, man. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the love.
Tune in tonight for Facts Fridays with Pierre. Maserati, no filter. Well, he said Facts Friday.
I said no filter. I ain't said nothing about facts.
No filter Fridays with John Pierre, Bryce, Maserati Rand, and TK, and Feel Good Talk with Chuck B, Tamu Garrett, and what's the young lady's name? Davina Womack. So tune in tonight, Friday night. It's gonna be lit here at the station, but I'm going to the jam session over there with Johnny May, baby. $5 entry fee. I'll see you guys there.
Peace.